had to go through Microsoft and get my BitLocker code so I could see what the hell was going on. I'm back again.
Fantastic. We're always happy to have you. Off to a slow start. What the hell? God, I hate Messenger. So, Jingo's going to the movies, but we'll find out what Chris and Guy are doing. So, today's cigar is...
Let's see. Tonight we are doing The Wise Man.
Ooh, The Wise Man.
Nice dark wrapper. It's a good medium smoke.
Good smoke. Smoky.
Yeah, it's a nice, medium, not quite a full. So, good flavor, nice, easy draw, consistent.
Good for after dinner.
Yep.
Okay.
Nice with a good whiskey, which I don't have tonight.
Oh, well, can't have one every night.
That tends to get people upset.
Every night? Yeah. Whiskey in general? Well, some people, I imagine. Not us. All right. We had a guest lined up, but I don't think that's going to happen because, well, I sent him, I answered the request, so if he pops in, that we'll do that. All right. So other than that, it's August 11th. I did buy a used cell phone, and for some reason, the woman canceled on me. So I was like, I let my phone run out of power. I let it sit for 2 days. I charged it up. Cliff called me, and now I can use the bottom half of the screen again. It's still got this crazy, thing in the middle there where I dropped it, but I'm able to take video as I did. We did the brake pads and had to replace one of the rotors on the 95 F-150, but now it doesn't sound like, an ore car trying to stop. Because, don't wear your rotors down like I did. That could be a fatal accident. Don't do that. So I invited Guy. That way he can yell at me for doing it. And, I posted the video. It's on me. I made the mistake. I didn't open the box before I left. I brought the rotor in, put it on the fucking counter. This is what I need. I need the hub inside it. Cool, dude. At Grand and Bell. And then he says, you gonna be back at 2 or 1 or whatever it was? No, I need to get that now. I'm doing it now. Oh, well, it's at the hub. Where's the hub? 29th Avenue and Deer Valley Road. Oh. You know what? Fuck it. I'll just go get it. Went there. Great conversation with the people that worked there. Didn't open the box. Didn't even in my brain go, wait a minute, that box doesn't look tall enough to have the lugs out there. It wasn't. So I made the video. They sent me just a straight up rotor. What the hell am I going to put the tire on with? Okay. So, I had to go back, brought both of them, had to pay more money, because, of course, I did. And it's all, we got it on there, we got it fixed, it's all rocking and rolling. He's got, and I made a video of it, he's got that 58 with the 3800 Camaro engine in it, the 2001. It's got a Camaro engine and transmission in it. And I'm like, oh, we got to fire this. No, we're not firing it up. I just got to get it together and sell it. Okay, you're in that mode. Gotcha. No worries. We've been here before.
Yeah.
So, okay, you know, it is what it is. But, and I got to get out there and get to work, too. Because now that we got all of that body for the Suburban gone, for the 86 Suburban, I need the time to crawl underneath the 1-ton panel truck, the big green one, and undo all the square nuts so that it can, not just that, everything. And I haven't had to. By the time it's time to do that, it's 115 degrees out. I've already done like 4 hours of labor out there. I don't really feel like doing it at that point. I want to go home. Go home and, you know, I'm one of the few that smoke a lot of weed on the council. I'll be the first to say that not everyone does. It's not, you know, but after hours of being out there, Pete and Judy don't do that. So I have to go home. I get razzed for doing that. Not, you know, they don't join me. That's not. I'm the filthy pothead. There you go. I said it. So, man, Serbian women are intense when it comes to work.
Yep.
I get yelled at by the one, but then I get an apology later. Jesus Christ, were you and my ex-wife made at the same factory? Women don't normally do that. They don't normally yell at you, and then an hour later, I'm sorry, I lost my I'm sorry, I've already forgotten about that. It's that important to me. You're forgiven if it makes you feel better.
Eastern European women are very intense when it comes to getting things done.
Yeah.
Getting their point across. And once you've spent enough time with them, it just becomes, you automatically switch to that mode. These are the same people that are not used to, or at least in their home countries, they're not used to smiling at a stranger on the street.
No.
They're not used to saying hello. They're not used to having a conversation with a cashier or a barista or a bartender. And it's, you know, I'm here for this. This is all I'm here for. You and I don't know each other. Boom, we're done.
Yeah, we don't have to have, I think a lot of that started in our culture as it was folded in to the whole concept of freedom. Because freedom on every level is free to express yourself and free to lend your expressions to others. So therefore, we as humans pick up the same vernacular. Friends use the same words, acquaintances, co-workers. I was making a comment to a coworker 3 jobs ago at Peckham already. And within a week of us getting on the phone, the much younger coworkers I had were already mimicking my telephone calls and the words I used and how I said things. Because, yeah, I would have stolen from me too. I'm 30 years older than you, and I've been doing this since you were in diapers. I mean, before you were a twinkle in Daddy's eye. Or what was the line from Lethal Weapon? Get away! I was driving before you were an itch in your daddy's pants.
Yep.
And Mel Gibson's like, whoa, let's go on the wheel.
You have to remember that our culture had to develop in a fashion that was much different from the cultures that fed it. So the people that had come here over the last 400 years, 500 years, have come from vastly different regions of the world. And they have come with vastly different cultures and histories and backgrounds. But the one thing in common was the fact that they all came here to this land of wide open spaces with an indigenous population that did not speak or had a difficulty in understanding all of these myriad other languages that came forward. Yeah. The difference was that the indigenous peoples here, and I'm talking about the entire American continent, North America, South America, Central America, they had a standard of learning to communicate in more ways than merely words.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it became normal that if you were in a social circumstance, you had to communicate. So people showed up here. People showed up from Eastern Europe, from Western Europe, from Africa, from the Middle East, from Asia over time. And they had to be able to, you had to be able to speak to somebody. You had to communicate with someone on the street. As the country moved further and further west, as the peoples from outside of this continent moved across, they had to learn how to communicate with each other and the indigenous peoples. So it became an underlying need within the social architecture to say, oh, hi, I recognize that you're here. Yeah. I acknowledge your existence. I need to know who are you. You need to know who I am. And we need to be able to communicate in such a fashion that we can figure out, are we going to be friendly, or do we both need to seek an area of protection? So that is a difference when you have a much, much younger developing culture versus a culture that is very old. Many of the Eastern European cultures, the Central European cultures, much, much older and much more defined and much more delineated. So it became the norm. So I don't need to talk to you. I don't need to, there's no point for me to have any communication with you unless we have a specific need, and then we'll move forward.
Someone who was born and raised in Minnesota that I did Ren Fair, who was a traveling Rennie, he said one thing about a standard suburban Minnesota thing is, we'll just stand here and I'll quietly, politely ignore you until our time together is over. And I thought, that's really weird because it's a weird, America's a weird needle. It starts out friendly, then it gets hostile, then it gets friendly again, then it gets elitist, then it gets kind of friendly, but if you go north, it gets isolated. But if you keep going, it gets more elitist and less friendly. And then Hawaii is bizarre, because I had 2 jobs where I had to daily call Hawaii. And when I worked for Medicare, that information's on the other side of the island. I'll have to go find it. Wait, don't put me on hold. Oh my God. My shift will be over before this guy picks up the phone again. Where when I was working for American Home Shield and I was an authorizer, true, but the maintenance guys were they were fun. And I guess it's the case-specific scenario. I'm going to have to put Hawaii up to that. Because then I know, I don't really know any islanders, but I know white people that were born and raised in Hawaii, and they're, Chris is awesome.
Well, it depends on the culture that develops, too. Because
also. Well, you tend to get isolated areas, and these isolated areas, and you could see that it's human nature. We're great, and then they all start believing that, and then the next thing you know, they think they're better than everybody else. Whoa, even earthquakes in East Acton. Is it your... Okay, it stopped. It was dog vision. They were jumping up and down, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you find in certain cultures, usually it falls to many of the indigenous cultures where there's a standard.
Mm.
You have a certain amount of requirement because you understand that there's a need. I have a need. Even if I don't necessarily know you, but you're in my area and we're all going to be together, we have to rely upon each other for a certain amount of existence.
Yeah.
So I have a need that if I bring you into my home, I have to treat you with a certain level of respect and communication. And that applies in many cultures around the world. It's when you're outside in the quote-unquote open social area that the difference exists. Mm. So in Eastern Europe, if you're invited into the home, if the family invites you, you become. Now, whether or not you within reason, but whether or not you wanted it, if they're willing to invite you into their home, they've invited you into their family. Congratulations. Yeah. You're an uncle, you're a cousin, you're a son, you're
one of the Joneses now.
And they're going to treat you that way, and they're going to expect you to understand that, and there will be a certain reciprocation that will be expected.
And there's a certain level of decorum when you're... we don't need to go into that. Lava lamp is go. Let's do this.
Many of the Mediterranean cultures were the same way, where once you're, if you're brought into the family collective,
we know firsthand. Paul's family.
Say, welcome aboard. You're now here.
Yeah. You and I are honorary Nicolaitis, whether we want to be or not.
So you are a member of the household now, and off we go.
And I hate breaking it up to nationality, because there are some things that are the nationality, but most things are human. That's an earthling thing. I don't think we'll ever get to that unless something happens and a wormhole opens up and an alien race appears, because we, especially in the West, enjoy our individuality far too much. It's borderline narcissism with how much I'm this and this and this and this and this, and I can do this and I gotta do it. But you're explaining yourself also.
Well, it's rather interesting to look at the social structures and how they have changed and come back around.
Yeah.
For a very long time in the United States and in Canada as well, but not to the same level.
Not to the extent. It's interesting that you said that, because post 1770 on, every generation there is born a free man, which in that time period, that was unheard of around the rest of the world. So as a culture, hey, look, it's that famous person. We should go talk to him. No, leave him alone. We have no, trepidation over going to... It's royalty. Let's go say hello. Dude, we're just commoners. We're Americans. We don't fucking care about that. And half the time, the royals are like, oh my God, somebody's actually just treating me like a person. Because we don't have royalty. Oh, yeah, you got rich people and sports and movie stars and, money and whatever. But they don't hold an official title. They're going to run into another human that's like, you're nobody. Fuck you. And they're going to have to just deal with that because there's no social... there's no lords or earls or duchesses or dukes or...
You know where a good portion of that came from? That came from in part, that came from Masonry. Masonry was very much in that vein in the late 15th century, 16th century, 17th century. Those were some of the espoused standards. When they talk about it, all men are on the same level.
Yeah, all men are equal.
And that is brought forward with that purpose. Well, that got codified and brought in, and a lot of the folks that helped to build this country came here from other countries for that purpose. They were looking for the freedom, but many of them also came with a knowledge and understanding or a pre-existing connection to Masonry from their home countries. And that idea was something that drew them here because, in 17th century Germany, in 17th century England, in 17th century Italy, in 17th century Europe, most of the world, there was still very much a strong caste system. Like you said, we don't speak. I split wood. I don't speak to the earls or to anyone else. I don't speak to the people who have positions of authority. I speak to their factors, or I speak to their associate factors, or that's where
they're representatives.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, Americans are in the tent. This is nice.
It showed up. When people came here, they started to learn. Oh, wait a minute. We don't have royals on the continent. That doesn't exist here. We don't have so many of the other things out there. So it became very much a different world. And that's where the great democratic experiment came from. Because it became an idea that, oh, wait a second. We're going to elect somebody to represent the wider group, but they're still coming from our group. So they're still one of us. Yeah. They're not somebody that had more money, that lived in a big castle, that traces back their family 10 generations to the first Earl of Ignorance. So,
or even better, here's change. Yeah, or even better, here's who we picked for you guys. What?
Yeah.
That won't do. We're going to say no. But it's the... Hello, welcome. Glad you could make it. We're 25 minutes in. Hello and welcome to the Supreme Council of the Master Geeks Lodge. Episode 81. My name is Bill Kelly. Hornswoggle the Great. I am a peasant hero, pretend mechanic, idiot savant, and... tonight is the night I reveal the secret. I am the shopping cart vigilante. I am the one you have seen in, my neighborhood, putting shopping carts back to fries at 2 o'clock at night. Anyway, that's not important. But also with me on the council, I have... Chris, go.
Chris Newton, Twisted Mind, writer of his first novel.
Congratulations!
It's almost done. I'm thinking another 3 chapters. And 3 or 4 chapters, and I'm totally done. And then I get to find readers and editors and all of that other fun stuff.
Well, better to do it in 2026 than 1986 when it would be trying to get into Reader's Digest and
Yep.
so many other things to get picked up by a publisher. Well, where now, dude, we had
I
Derek
can do it
on.
myself.
We know like 12 writers. They're doing it. Tracy
Yep, I'm working on
Livingston
it.
and
Do what?
self-publish or sign up with one of these, hey, we're going to spread you to these people who are upset. I think there's like 4 different kinds of readers. There's people who are forced to read. There's people who find a series or a genre and that's all they read. People who read because they love to escape reality, and then people who just devour books. And your guaranteed market from those 4
Yeah.
is the latter, or the devourers. Because they're just going to read every book. Because Mike Clark, he's no longer with us, but Mike Clark was another one who could just devour a book. Like 900 pages, 2 weeks, no problem. Dude, that's going to take me a month to read them. and then I was watching.
I'm kind of in that boat.
Well,
I'm kind of in that boat.
I get the ADHD, so I'll be reading something, and whether I like it or not, something will be mentioned, and that will set my mind off, and now I have to read that part like 6 more times.
I've jumped onto the Dungeon Crawler Carl boat.
Really?
Have you heard of that one?
Do tell. Educate me, please. I'm ignorant to this.
I am on book 7 right now. I've literally read the first 6 books.
It's a
in
series.
Last
Okay.
month.
See?
It's
Ignorance.
a series, yeah. Yeah, no, Peacock picked it up to become a TV show. But it's about an alien invasion of Earth, and they make the surviving humans go down into the Earth into a dungeon. It's like a lit RPG is what they call it.
Right.
And these humans are fighting for their lives against NPCs and aliens.
That's what you do in a dungeon.
And Carl has a talking cat.
Is
Bill will like that.
Oh, I love cats.
Huh?
Is it a familiar?
I know you do.
Is it a familiar
No.
talking cat?
No,
Really?
it is actually a real cat, and she gets a what they call a pet biscuit, and it gives her human sentience, and she can talk.
Okay. So it's enchanted.
It's a great series.
Right on.
It's a great. The audiobooks are even better because apparently the guy that does the audiobooks does all of the voices of every single character.
The way Peter McNichol did Dragonlance?
Yes.
Awesome. He did a wonderful job. Such an underrated actor, really,
And they just cast him as Princess Donut in the TV show.
Really?
Yes. I don't know when this is supposed to come out. I don't know if it's going to be live action or animated, but it is. I'm on book 7. I've literally been breezing through these books at about a week or 2 at a time. And they're really good. I highly, highly recommend them.
Very cool. I'll have to check it. Put them on the list. So many.
Put them on the list, Bill.
It's on the list. So much on the list. Between movies and shows and... I thought that
All right, your turn, Rob.
I am Rob the Blacksmith, cigar aficionado and mediocre man about town.
Oh, fun. Okay, hold on.
Uh-oh.
Well, Rezin was supposed to join us, and Rob... Whoops. And Rob kind of set that up, but then Rob went to the movies.
Yes, he went to go see the Warriors tonight.
Okay. Watch as I fumble through using Discord, which I'm not super familiar with, which 81 episodes I should be familiar.
You should be the pro by now.
Don't rub it in, okay? Down. There you are.
Yay.
He started gaming with us on Thursday night on the Savage Worlds. Are you in?
Oh, hold
I
on.
see you.
Hold on. Yeah.
And he and Jingo go way back, and he's gamed with Paul online. So, welcome. Go ahead, introduce yourself. Welcome to the council. As a
Dark.
The guy.
I know my cave is dark all the time, but God.
Yeah, you're very dark. The guy who invited you's not here.
I noted that. He told me he was out today, and I was like, okay.
That's actually very funny.
I'm Rezin the Owlbear.
Reason.
Everyone mispronounces my name. You're fine.
I'm a pothead. Of course I saw Rezin in there.
Yeah, everyone goes Rezin, and I'm like, it's ancient Aramaic, actually, and let me slap some Judaism on top of you.
Long
actually,
ago.
if we go back far enough, no, I'm kidding.
Hey, I'm along for the ride. Don't do that. But we're talking about you this time, not.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
The ancient Jews.
Ancient Jews.
Nothing wrong with the ancient Jews.
Back into the Bible. So I'm Rezin the Owlbear here on Twitch. I used to do a variety stream of things. Lately, as of late, I've been mostly couch hopping. Right now I have a room, but that's temporary. That's about to change again. You know, as an owlbear, you have to move around quite a bit.
Deep in the
feeding and deep in the catacombs.
Eating carrion crawlers and other.
Otherwise, I'm a prolific RPG player. I've been playing RPGs since, oh dear God, 16, and I've been running them since I was 20. So I've kind of just hit the ground running with 3.5 D&D, and that got me into Pathfinder into Starfinder into Swords Without Numbers. Name a Call of Cthulhu game, I've probably played it.
I got the book.
Dave,
no, I don't.
I got the book too.
My youngest kid has the book.
I have the current edition. I can run a game if you're so interested.
I look at yes, actually, just for the sheer
madness.
terror. I look at Call of Cthulhu as paranoia.
Yeah. I like Call of Cthulhu because it uses a skill-based system.
Mm.
It's your skills that get you through the game. That's it. Your stats arbitrary. Who cares about your stats? It's your mental willpower and your skills that get you through that game. You're a squishy human being. You have 10 hit points at max.
Yeah, you're not really designed to survive that game.
You're not meant to survive. And if you do, you're coming back scarred.
Yeah. It's like paranoia and Call of Cthulhu are in the same bubble. And they're in that you want to be the last one to die in this game in Call of Cthulhu. And paranoia, you want to be the one to survive with the most clones available left over.
Right? Oh my God.
How many do you have? One. How many do you have? Oh, I don't have any. I'm on my last clone. And then you're just like sitting there. How many do you have? 3. Oh my God! Well, I didn't run into everything like you idiots.
Right? Oh my God. I'm trying to find of Source of Light,
Hmm.
and I'm finding that I don't have one.
Just use your phone.
Oh, it's
Just point it at your face.
plugged in.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
So do you
It's so
do
weird.
you also have a comic book background? We have to ask you all the geek questions.
Comic books, probably. Yeah, I guess I got a bit of a comic book background. I was hoping,
Mm.
if I a stick cell phone.
There you go. It's for Halloween mode.
Now you can see it. Yes. Right there with you. Comic books, classic Batman. I started with the original.
Right.
Moved to Superman, Spider-Man. Did the Green Lanterns, Fantastic Four. I've read a whole bunch of Archie and the Archie comics.
That counts.
Um,
Comics are comics. You read what you get your hands on most of the time.
What I really got my hand on was the Japanese comics, the manga.
Okay.
So that's a lot of my comic knowledge is
Those
based
are comics.
there, not in DC. They are considered comics, yes. Let me see if I can say.
Hey, remember, for Europe, you've got Asterix, you've got Tintin, you've got what's the other one? There's another big European comic.
Judge Dredd.
Well, that's a bit adult, but I was going to just say, in general. Well, I guess Asterix and Obelix can get a little adult, too, from time to time. But that manga counts because
Okay.
that's, Akira and
Oh yeah, Akira,
so many others.
Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball.
Paul had the Akira
whole
series long before. He had Chobits. Remember, he had he had so much
Shobits
stuff.
was great. Love Shobits.
Valley of the Nadesica, Valley of the Winds. I'm trying to remember all the DVDs he had on his shelves. because he was an
DVDs
avid
could go on
collector.
forever. And then you get into Studio Ghibli, which is the Disney of anime, and it's just so good that it's.
I was going to say, it's hard to hate on those movies because they're so. It's like hating Mr. Rogers. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
What?
How can you hate it?
Have you not matured yet? Are you still 12?
The
Is
art-
that why we have to listen to,
Boy, man, all of that affects how you grow up in life and whatnot. Love the anime, love the manga. God,
I would have to say
Hellsing is really good.
Spirited Away is probably one of my favorite Miyazaki's. And that's
my first.
Go ahead.
It was my first.
Really?
Yeah, it was my first. Yeah, it was that, and then I watched Cowboy Bebop following up on it.
Oh, that's a good
And
show.
it just everything after that has become trash, and it's it's okay to watch, but I'm not here for it.
It doesn't hit you as hard as
No,
Spirited Away.
nothing like that.
I think there's enough of everything across the board where it's a completely balanced movie. There are 3 plots going on, 4, really. There is just enough kid stuff, just enough adult stuff, just enough otherworldly weirdness, just enough. You have to be stronger. You have to be tougher. You have to be more than what you are if you want to get home. So it's kind of the opposite of the Wizard of Oz, where Dorothy just spends 2 hours panicking and everybody helps her. Oh, crap. What's her name? The little girl from Spirited Away. She gets stuck on the other side. She basically gets captured. They don't realize that she's a human at first because they're not looking for or expecting humans to just walk into their tea house. And they don't beat her up or anything, but they put her to work, and she has to work her ass off.
Oh yeah.
So it's a different. It's probably up there with like a movie every kid should see. You need to see,
Yeah.
you know,
Every child should see Bridge to Terabithia.
that Goonies and
Watership Down.
Watership. Oh God.
Uh,
Well, I mean, one of the
I'm bringing
movies.
the dark stuff. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
One of the movies they should really like kind of
My Girl.
re-release. But well, I was going to say Explorers with River
Oh,
Phoenix
Explorers, yeah.
and Ethan Hawke, and because that was. There's only one bad guy in the movie, and he's a bully that gets bullied by one of the main. So the bully is bullying one of the kids, but there's a bigger bully that bullies him, who's actually a fan of the two main kids. And I think that
Oh, wow.
you haven't seen it?
No. No,
Oh,
no, no.
okay.
This is one of those, like, movies I've heard about, but not seen.
Explorers is Ethan Hawke is a dreamer. God, Rob, you've seen this, right? Chris? Chris is on stealth mode.
What? I'm eating dinner. I'm sorry. I don't want to be on camera and eat.
Thank you for observing one of my rules.
Oh, well, so that's why I don't recognize it. It's just before I was born.
What year? It's 86, right?
85.
85.
I was born in 88. Yeah.
Oh my.
I'm just a little younger than it by a couple of years, by 3.
Not that
but
you
yes,
would remember it at 3.
No, not that I would remember it
Yeah.
at like infancy.
Well,
Although no, actually, that picture that they're giving me on for the YouTube for it is actually, I've recognized that alien holding his back.
yeah, the aliens are funny. Well,
I must have seen this
Yeah.
on like a TV special or something.
Probably on like when you were really little, when it was on, in
Yeah.
rerun. The aliens send messages through dreams. They have this orb on the ship that they can fuck with humans. So Ethan Hawke picks up the dreams. His mind, he's a dreamer. Where River Phoenix is a scientist from a scientist family. James Cromwell plays his father. And they're all like nerdy. They don't have like a lot of social skills, even in the inner dynamics of the family. So River Phoenix and Ethan Hawke get picked on a lot. And the third kid, you're probably looking at it on IMDb. I can't remember what he's like your dynamic in 85 where I think mom died and dad and son, they own a junkyard and he's like the tough kid. So the aliens are sending the messages and Ethan Hawke draws the pictures and River Phoenix tries to invent the breadboards and the schematics and all that other stuff, but they kind of need the third kid because he has access to the junkyard. Because they build a spaceship out of an amusement park ride, like when you go to the Haunted Mansion in Disneyland. It's one of those seats that all 3 of them sit in.
Oh, that's clever.
It's really funny and really stupid, but it's only like 2 minutes, and I'll totally give it away. The problem is they make a sphere and the aliens send it to the kids. And at first, Men in Black stole the scene from this movie. Because when Will Smith touches the ball and it goes all the way through the whole headquarters. So in Explorers, they can't go out into space. And then River Phoenix explains to Ethan, he's like, it's a vacuum. We will die. There's pressure and gravity holding your body together. When you go out in space, you'll just explode because there's nothing holding the physical. Whoa, we can have suits. Okay, there's no way that we can make spacesuits that'll work. We don't have that kind of. So that night, the aliens send him a schematic, and he draws the schematic, and he gives it to River Phoenix, and it's an orb. And they end up accidentally moving it, and it destroys the basement River Phoenix's house, which is like filled with bookshelves and all this other stuff. Right. And it's about the size of a $50, and it's all, and they can't see it. It's invisible, basically.
Oh, crap.
So then River Phoenix later is like, we have a serious problem. What do you mean? Okay, this is an orb that's contained. Okay. You're not getting it. I don't understand the danger. Once we breathe all the oxygen that's in the orb, what will we breathe after that? It's like, oh, I can't remember the exact, I'm totally making up lines from the movie, but he explains to him, we need some kind of oxygen generator, otherwise we're all going to asphyxiate inside this bubble.
Yeah.
So the next scene, I know this is a big build-up for a very stupid scene in the movie that takes about 30 seconds. They get the schematic for the oxygen generator. This time, they can't do any more experiments in the basement because River Phoenix's character is in trouble. I can't remember his name. Gustaffer. He has a German name. And they go to the junkyard, and they turn this thing on, and they're in a shed, and they literally explode the shed. And they're afraid of it. They're detonating it from a distance. Wow. We had it turned up way too high. Because it just blows this little shack, like a little ammo shack, to bits. Because it's just pure oxygen coming out at jet propulsion rate.
Oh, God.
And they go to, well, I mean, do you guys want me to tell you the rest of the movie? Uh-oh.
I mean, would we not be geeks to not listen to you finish the rest of it? Would that not revoke our geek card?
Well, no. If you want to watch it, just tell me to stop, and I won't tell you the end of the movie because the ending is comical.
I have definitely seen this movie with the stuff clipping in between.
I think I have it.
What is that stuff now? Oh, ads. It's the ads. I'm so used to not having ads because I don't watch TV anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I don't watch anything. I game. I game. I mostly game.
Oh, video games have so long been an obsession.
Too long.
I haven't played video games in over a decade, so.
Oh no.
You and Rob have freed your lives from the addiction.
You freed yourself from
the
addiction, yes.
But then again, it's, Ed and I play, and, hopefully he'll join us again. Andy will join us, but, I mean, he's in New York, and he's going through all the training to become an RN, so he only has so much time. And 3 children, 2 under 6. So Orson and Una.
If I had access to WoW, I wouldn't get any writing done.
Okay.
Oh, that's fair.
The problem with
I have access to WoW, but I don't play it.
Okay, I'll be honest with you. On the portable hard drive, Paul gave me a copy of the server of Wrath of the Lich King.
Yep.
So all we would need is a computer to dedicate 24 hours, and we could run our own council World of Warcraft and do raids and other stuff. The problem is that World of Warcraft becomes a job. And especially after level 65, it's a fucking job. I don't want my fun to be a job. This shouldn't be a job, even though hopefully eventually it will be. But, I mean, I think, here we go. It's another fine line, an infinitesimal argument of don't make what you love to do a job. If you do what you love to do every day, you're never working. It's just doing what you love. Well, when you have deadlines and, you know, all that other stuff.
Oh. Remember what I mentioned last week about the punk rock show?
Yeah.
Yeah. Rock.
Yeah.
I remember.
Go ahead.
I was there in the chat.
That's true.
We might need some people to broadcast.
Okay. Yes,
and interview the bands and the comic book people and the other things going on. And I thought, maybe I know some people with a podcast that might be able to do that
on Friday or
on a Saturday
at night. Because didn't
12
you
to
say
7
of February, right?
February.
Ren Fair.
No, that's right.
I've already promised Tatton and Frenchie I would return. We had a record year this year. I sold stuff they couldn't sell in 4 years.
Dang.
Snap! Oh. No, I mean, I don't normally like sales, but if I'm going to work for a friend and it's something that, you know, is a quality product and you believe in it, or we're trying to make a future, I become the best salesman you've ever known.
I love when I make accidental sales for the people who own booths. I love it so much that I do it out of habit now.
Maybe they'll have a second setup over there, Bill.
Maybe. I mean, well, okay.
You might bring it up to them.
You said it was $40 a table, if memory serves?
$30 for a 10 by 10.
I could swing that. I'm broke and I can okay. We should...
I live on a stipend. I can swing that.
Okay. The problem is that I'm going to have... Dude, it's 9 miles east of Apache Junction. Pretty much don't count on me for Saturday or Sunday. I'll do my very best, but I also have cats to take care of. Luckily, it won't be warm because... anyway. But right. I would definitely be down for Friday because if I'm hopefully still working at this job, I work 4/10s and...
Yeah. But it's going to be Saturday, the February 13th, and from 12 to 7. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to bow out of the game on the 22nd because we're having a meeting that day. So I'm going to have to bow out then.
Did that become written in stone? I know we were throwing that around.
I don't know if it has or not. I don't know if it has or if we can postpone it to the next Saturday. That would be great. Because I have stuff for Izzy that I need to give her.
Oh, yeah.
I got presents for the kid.
I got to get... Chip sent me a while... I got to get... But... Are we going to be able to do it here or maybe Ed's? Because
wherever.
My AC unit is still needing manual start and stop time. That's a much better than saying, oh, it's broken. Well, it works. You just have to shut it off after you hit which reminds me, I got to get out there soon to flip the breaker.
Oh boy.
One.
Sounds like you need a new one.
I do. It's a 22-year-old unit. You're lucky if you get 15 to 20 years in Arizona. And it never leaked any... Yeah, because
the heat's so hard on it. Yeah.
And it never leaked any refrigerant, so I cannot complain. The problem is, back then, when Christine and I had it put in, it was $4,300. Now, 22 years later, when I asked Carlos, Parker and Sons, they're great. Ask for him by name. He and his wife work there. They love the company. He does a great job every time he comes out. But need a new compressor. There's not. Hey, you got a 22-year-old compressor that you can see? No, nobody has those. So. He said, you're not going to like the new price. I said, well, probably not. You know, a decade has gone by. He says it's going to start at about $12,000. But we do financing. Ah!
Just die a little. Died. Financing. Loans.
My credit is in the shitter right now. There's no way. So, luckily, we're in the dead of summer. So it's summer in Arizona. And it's August. We only have 9 more months of 115 degrees.
I'm lucky. I've only been to Nevada. We touched the edge of Arizona when we went to the Grand Canyon. Fucking hot.
Arizona
God
changes.
damn that dam.
It's a dry heat. Well, at least it used to be.
It is.
Was.
I mean, it was.
Not
it
this
was when
year.
I visited.
Last night was epic. Okay, it was getting warm. It was like 85, 86 degrees inside the house. 11:30 at night. I fell asleep at probably 7:30. I go out to flip the breaker. As I'm coming back in, Ruckus and Wiggles rush the door, and the two of them get out. I'm exhausted. I really don't feel like chasing them down. I need another hour or two. By then, fuck it. So then I let Steel out, so all 3 boys or cats are outside. I go back, I lay down. About an hour or so later, I am awoken to the mega storm. It wakes me up. The lightning and thunder, obviously the lightning doesn't wake me up. That would be terrible. I'd be dead. That would be a horrible way to wake up. Good morning!
Did you want 30,000 megajoules in your bloodstream?
Watch your toenails go black before your eyes. So, I try to open everything up. I end up making too much noise accidentally and wake up Clay. I didn't mean to do that. I apologize. But I'm, like, in storm mode, and I still have to get... So, 1 a.m. was an atomic bomb thunderclap. One of those that's so fucking loud you can hear it reverberate back off the mountains, where it just keeps rolling and then it comes back. It was awesome to behold. And I was inside the house. I mean, yeah, I had everything open, but... So, yeah.
I wish it would rain right now.
No,
We
we're
got
good.
fires all around us.
Oh.
I would love the rain.
Then,
Can you bring the rain back to the Pacific Northwest? We would like our rain now.
Hey, all that fire is the reason we're having the rain, because normally we've already gotten the monsoon, and then we had another one, and now we've had another one. What is going on?
Yeah.
No.
You guys are no longer in a drought.
Getting there.
You
But
almost have a water table.
we do need it. We do need it.
So badly. It's been such a dry, hot summer here in the Pacific Northwest. The likes of which I haven't experienced ever. Not even as a kid. So 90 plus degree days is making people melt.
Gotcha.
But for me, because I've been to Florida for 10 years, this is nothing.
Yeah.
This is just another day. This is dry. This is gorgeous. Oh, that breeze, that's beautiful. My friend going, melting.
No, it's so hot. Yes, it is. It took
And
the
it's
ex-wife 10 years to acclimate to Arizona. About 10 years. It's hot, and I hate it. And yep. How can you guys do that? Because I'm used to this. Because I grew up in this. Because I've been out here since I was 6. It's what we do. My brain is melted. Yes. I don't know how to live. I don't know how to live in any other climate. I don't know the little tricks and survival. If it snowed, I'd panic. I wouldn't know what to do. Do I have enough clothes? I got 8 socks on 1 foot. I'm ready.
You drive like the people drive when it rains here. if it snowed.
I've driven on snow several times, and I never want to
Please
fucking
don't.
do it again ever again. I almost killed myself and a bunch of other people.
Snow is
I
scary.
can relate.
Snow is
I can
scary.
relate.
people.
Ah.
I've slipped several times on the ice and the snow
Here's what I've
in the
learned.
last couple of years living in Minnesota.
Oh man, I bet. I mean,
And to be honest, we've been having very mild winters in Minnesota. So, like, it's almost February before we start to see our first snowflake. Mild.
Minnesota? Did you just say Minnesota?
Yeah, Minnesota.
What part? What part?
I was living in Rochester for a really long time.
I'm from Faribault.
You're not
And I
super
used
far
to live
away.
in Owatonna.
Oh my god, I had friends in Owatonna. They were beekeepers. Had a little farm and everything. They got
Nice,
too old
nice.
and it was like, well, we're done. We're gonna move in with our daughter down in Des Moines. And I was like, no, please.
we shall sell
gone.
the farm to young beekeepers that will keep the bees and never let them escape.
Yeah, my grandparents retired. Instead of going to Florida, they went to northern Minnesota.
Really?
They went to the older.
Yeah, they went to Grand Rapids. They moved from Faribault to Grand Rapids. I'm like,
I mean, that's not. I mean, that's like going to International Falls. I mean, just go a little further to Ely. Come on.
It must be
they're
satisfying.
from up that way.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
They were from up that way. Blackberry, Grand Rapids, up that way. That's where they're from. So
Okay, so they just returned home, really.
yeah, they returned home.
That makes sense. It must be refreshing in Minnesota and other parts of the country, and I know that, Maine and everything, that you don't have to buy ice for your ice chest and coolers.
Just go outside.
Yeah,
Well-
the most Minnesota thing you can do is you just stick that 6-pack outside.
Just push right in the snow. Because
you just leave it outside the patio door.
It was always funny in the early 90s when Rennies would come out, and we're the local. We have to go get ice. Why do you need? Oh, that's right. It's going to be like 17 degrees tomorrow. It's like, it's February, but it's not your February. It's our February here in Gold Canyon, Arizona, where it's going to be 82 fucking degrees tomorrow. We're going to go into Apache Junction and get some ice. Have fun, guys. Because they just don't even... The disconnect. There wasn't the internet back in 1990.
So, living in Florida was wild because we get to December, January, and February,
Shit.
and March.
Mm.
And March is when it starts getting hot again.
Mm.
Ball achingly sweaty hot. Crotch pot cooking. If you get that reference.
We're in the middle of swamp ass season. We know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, except for their swamp ass season started in March, and it doesn't end until November. That shit is hot. So you get to January, and everyone's wearing parkas.
Mm.
They're buttoned down for the winter. It's 65. I'm out there in flip flops, t-shirt, shorts. I even got a little sunscreen on. I want to burn.
You lose your
Pair of sunglasses.
I mean, you get used to doing yard work at 115. Meanwhile, 50 degrees. Oh my God! People live in this. This is crazy.
And I'm out there going through the parks. The wind's blowing. It's ice cold off the
Wife
off the
beater
lakes and
shorts.
stuff.
Hey, how you doing?
This feels great. I'm not sweating anymore. I can walk a mile and actually keep walking. What?
Yes, sweating's one of my mutant powers. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure being born and lived in Minnesota, sweat is all I do. My body is regulated for heat. I am a furnace. It is on all the time, whether I want it to be or not. Florida was miserable. for me for those 10 years,
Yeah,
in a way.
You won't like it here unless it's February, January. You don't come to Phoenix.
We came in April. It was fine.
Don't.
It was hot. The wind was blowing.
Don't come from May 15th until November 1st. Halloween is nice sometimes.
Sometimes.
Once in a while.
We get that weird random blizzard in Minnesota every once in a blue moon.
Yeah.
It's like 6 feet of snow, no reason, no clipper. Just here it is, snow, Halloween.
Yeah. In October, there is normally a really good rain the second or third weekend. Or sometimes that just, they don't get the memo and that gets skipped altogether. Mother Nature vetoes that, and we're on to the next. We're on to the December rain, possibly a November rain, but it just depends on what's been going on with the wind, Because, now February will have a good rain. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's been weird. No rain this summer. No rain, not even a little bit. We're super dry. Everything looks dead. We're the green. We're in the green over here in Oregon and Washington, and the only thing green is some of the evergreen because the rest of it's burnt. It's either by the wildfire or by just the sun and the deprivation of and lack of rain has turned some of the trees. Some of the trees look like it's fall. It's August. The trees look like it's fall because they're literally dying. There's not enough water on in the table to make up for what we're losing. And it's, of course, going over the mountains, which is great for you guys, because you need the water. Kind of.
Yeah. Well, I mean...
Yeah.
For me, oh, my precious rust! But, I mean, that's... I'll get the cars done. But, yeah, for the desert, we totally need this. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I mean...
It's a long time needed.
We've had so many dry years.
I imagine it'll cycle out, and next year it'll kind of level out and be bad, but won't be as bad as this year, and then the year after or so will be a little bit better, more normal, is the hope. Or we've completely lost the climate altogether, and we're fucked. I mean, that's what we could look at, but
Earth is alive. Yeah, it's been so different for so.
It's been different since we've been on the planet.
Then there was that time that it rained for 1 million years. No one talks about that. Because we couldn't play in the yard.
Is it tomorrow when we're supposed to lose gravity for 90 seconds?
Oh, please.
I hope so. Not. Yes. No. Yes. I got too much stuff. No, I want to keep gravity where it is.
I mean, I don't know. Moving around a little bit easier would be great.
Your Excalibur mount is looking fabulous, Rob.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, we're in the workshop now.
Oh, yeah. Where all the magic happens.
I don't ever see him in the workshop. Oh, this is awesome.
I have a bunch of videos with him.
Are we going to be swinging the hammer or no?
Well,
he's not a blacksmith.
Not right now, no. Behind the drill it's a sword mount, and then the bottom of it is made to look like the sword in the stone.
Oh, that's
nice.
Now we moved it so you can see it.
Yeah.
Bill, who are you talking to?
You.
You can see it.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
I'm going to flip you off now.
Oh, that. Now,
my glasses! Where's my glasses?
I didn't mean to feel like a giant asshole, but now we've got the sword. Here, this helps. Thanks, Rob.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, that is so flipping cool.
Ooh. Oh, it's so etched.
Oh, that is awesome, man.
I will say, having worked at the Magic Kingdom, getting to see the sword in the stone that's there is also pretty cool. they do a neat moment for kids where if you're working that location and you see a kid try to go pull it, you can push a button and it demagnetizes it
Really?
and lets the kid pull it up and out of the.
That's what I've heard, that it was an
Which is great.
electromagnet. Yeah.
It is. It's an electromagnet. It's a single
So
switch button.
freaking cool.
That's awesome.
But it's the coolest thing to watch them light up because they'll do it for little girls in princess dresses, and they'll even do it for the occasional adult. I've had it happen to me once, and I was
Really?
like, "Oh my god!" I wasn't expecting it, so it was great.
That's when they do it.
Yeah,
That's the best
That's
time.
when you really want to do it. Well, the best
But
part was I had a day off. I was just in the park enjoying myself, waiting on my now ex-girlfriend to get off work, and I was just chilling. I had friends I hung out with earlier. We walked past the carousel that they have there behind the castle. And there's the sword and stone, and I was like, I just I'll try. I went to go try, and they were like, "Well, hold on, wait a second. You've never pulled the sword before?" And I was like, "No, I've never pulled the sword before." And they must have recognized me from where I work on Main Street. They were like, "Got a treat for you. Why don't you go ahead and give it a try?" And
Arthur, you and your knights.
and then whoosh, pulled the sword up. So cool. Then they make a proclamation. So and so's king.
Whoso pulleth.
Day.
That's awesome, dude. That should be happening.
One of the things they did when Walt Disney had initially put that in, this is not done anymore, but when they had this sword in the stone put in, one of the things he wanted to do was give guests that experience of pulling the sword and king for the day, which would grant you dinner with the princesses in the castle, the princess dinner castle, which is like $2,000 a plate per person. Good luck.
Holy crap!
Ouchie. But
Yeah, I don't.
you get to see all of the princesses, and at the time that was 4, and now it's like 15. So I mean,
that's true. It would have only been Snow White, Cinderella, Aurora, Sleeping Beauty.
Belle came later.
Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella, and
Technically, Belle isn't even a princess.
No, not really.
no.
Technically not. But
Ariel
technically
doesn't
she
come till the
is.
90s. It would have
And
been.
she's the king's daughter. So I mean, yeah, she counts.
It can't be Alice because she's just a little girl.
Nope, it's not Alice. Beauty and the Beast, Belle would be the next closest.
But that doesn't come out till, or did she was just there in the 50s?
It came out in like the late 70s.
No. Beauty and the
Early
Beast?
80s? Let me double check.
Yo, that was in the
My Disney
90s.
facts are. My Disney facts are
That doesn't sound
getting
right.
rusty.
Now, if you said Pete's Dragon, I would say, oh yeah, that came out in the 70s. But Beauty and the Beast? That's got to be a 90s thing, because what's his name is the Beast.
1991.
Ah,
Oh, gosh.
thank you for making me not crazy.
No, I was making myself crazy. I was like,
that
was
doesn't.
it not earlier? 89 would have been The Little Mermaid.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't escape that song.
I'm just
4 of
looking at
them.
it now because
They had to
then
have
we
had.
don't. Yeah, I don't think it's that many. Snow White is 37. She's
She's
one of
number
the
one.
oldest. Yep.
I
Followed by Cinderella.
Cinderella's
And
2, then Sleeping Beauty. So that's 3.
Mhm.
I don't have a fourth one. I give up.
I give up as well.
Oh, you don't know
I
either.
I don't remember.
Gotcha.
That's the wonderful part of apparently having all the physical ailments that I have is that brain fog is a similar condition of
Oh,
all of them.
fun.
So it just means that I have compounded brain fog. Great. So yeah, it's it looks like our next princess isn't until 89. Wow, they went a whole long time in between. Um, before we get to Belle or the Little Mermaid, and then Belle, Beauty and the Beast, Pocahontas.
That's got to come out late 90s, because
And
Mel.
we count her as a princess only because she's the chief's daughter, and
I guess that
that's
works.
it technically. And then you get into other movies. He's like stacking a whole bunch of other things. Mulan, she's not a princess, but she kind of counts.
Okay, it says there's a whole.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a proper list. I'm not looking at the list though.
Yeah.
Oh,
But right on.
Yeah,
But you got to
there
pull
was
the
so there was
sword
I got to pull the sword, and there was that whole little bit of known history, to like have all the princesses for the dinner. Oh, here we go. We got a full list. It's Snow White, Cinderella, Aurora, Ariel. So yeah, Ariel or
Because it was saying that the first
Little
couple
Mermaid,
ones were in the 90s.
Belle, and then Aladdin's Jasmine, who is a proper
She's
princess.
technically a princess, yeah. Prince
Well, she's the
Ali
Sultan.
Mighty is here. Sorry.
Sultan's just another word for king.
Yeah. I got both of the Robin Williams songs on the... Well, not the one in the beginning when he sings the Arabian Nights songs. But...
And then Pocahontas, and Mulan are the most maybe princess.
Mulan is not really...
Mulan's not even a princess. Her father was never emperor.
Mulan?
The guy that she ends up marrying later in the films
in Mulan 8
isn't an emperor. Yeah, in Mulan 8. In Moulin Rouge.
We just totally changed that movie.
And then we got Tiana, which is the
Princess and the Frog, right?
Princess and the Frog, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's Princess and the Frog, which, alright, it's kind of in the title. He becomes the king of Mardi Gras. Alright, yeah.
That was one of those don't think, just go along with it movie.
Yeah. So those three movies between Jasmine and Rapunzel, right?
It would be the same argument.
Maybe princesses? Yeah.
It would be the same argument if you tried to enforce Esmeralda as, like, gypsy princess. Dude, she's not. She's just a dancer, and she was born in a certain circumstance, and,
So, they're princess because they're females within Disney's collection, and they're main character, like Moana and Pocahontas are main characters. Therefore, they are princesses by default, not by royalty. Moana falls into that weird. Her dad's the chieftain, so she's technically a princess. Same thing with Pocahontas. Her dad's the chieftain, so technically she's a princess. Well, and she talks to animals. So
hold on. You just solved. Okay, we've talked about Pocahontas twice and the two cells. Mm-hmm. didn't connect the first time, but the second time around, if there would have been the dinner that you talked about, the fourth princess probably would have been Tiger Lily from Peter Pan.
Possibly. There we go.
Because isn't she, I mean, she's the chief's daughter, that's a princess in my opinion, but...
Technically, but she's not the main character of that story.
Doesn't matter. It had to be princesses. It's as open as in that, the lady in the water. You have to be sisters. Yeah. Well, half the fucking planet are sisters. Yeah. I got two myself.
I wonder why they count Rhea. Rhea isn't... She's a dragon. The Last Dragon. Which is a good movie.
Sure, she's Rhea, the princess of dragons. Great.
She's just counted as a princess. So the way they're counting princesses for Disney is they are the main character of the movie. Their name shows up in the title of the movie. So if it doesn't show up in the title of the movie, I mean, technically Mrs. Doubtfire could be a Disney princess. Because they own it now.
Anything's possible.
Anything's possible.
I would stretch it from just Disney. The name and the
owns
title.
Everything.
Well, okay.
All right, Bill. I'm gonna have to bow out because I gotta call Mom.
Oh,
make
absolutely.
sure she's taking her nighttime meds.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
All right. Thank you. I will see you. I will talk to you later. Okay.
Absolutely. Yes, right. I say yes on this thing, even though I'm not going to be able to make it on Saturday and Sunday.
All right.
All right. Bye.
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 But I don't, because Tiger Lily would be a princess, and aren't there a couple other princesses that are in
technically any
other
of the
movies that? Go ahead.
Any of the mermaids from Peter Pan are also princesses.
Could be. Tinkerbell could be a princess. If you're going to expand, and Ed, I've been talking to Ed and Andy on Telegram, but I don't think they're going to join us tonight. But Ed's the only person I know who have read the Edgar Burroughs, John Carter on Mars. And the original title of the movie was going to be The Princess of Mars. Because, what's her name? Deja Thora?
Yeah.
I haven't seen the movie yet, but Ed's explained the entire book series to me, just like other friends have explained Dune and all the other. I got to catch up on my reading. You had mentioned a couple. Now, you're also a voracious reader?
I don't devour. I find the ones that tickle my fancy, and I read those at my leisure.
Do you have a Kindle? Or one of those things?
I have the Kindle app.
Then you're a devourer. No, I'm fascinated and impressed. So, it would take me twice as long to read a book, but I watched my ex-wife read Order of the Phoenix in probably 4 or 5 days. Where she would come home. Christine is, except for the Renaissance Festival and like performing and singing and doing performance things, in private life, she's a super introvert. She's gotten better now, having to put up with me for 20 years and my sister, but because we're extroverts, we'll let you know. So the book is coming out. Would you mind? Yes, I will go stand in line at Bookman's with the freaks and buy the book for you. Because I know what's going to happen after this point. She's going to go to work and come home. But she's not really at work and home. She's at Hogwarts. Or with book 5.
The whole time.
Yeah, she's at the Black Manor. Because a lot happens at Sirius's house. And
yeah.
So I buy the book. And I've planned out meals. I do all the shopping anyway. All Christine has to do is go to work and cook. I do everything else. I can cook, but why eat hamburger when you can eat steak? She's a much better cook than I am. I'm not here to be great at everything. We were talking about it at work yesterday because they're like, you're not having a good time. Look, I'm not great at everything. There's things that I'm bad at. Wrapping up these little cords, I'm really bad at them. Sorry, but there's also stuff that I'm good at. And even like in the performing area, when we started out for doing Ren Fair, before we did Ren Fair, we all tried to do singing, music, magic, and juggling, and acting, and sleight of hand. Well, like any person that's a sports enthusiast will tell you, every human has a ceiling. And you can either get by that ceiling, or that's your ceiling. My ceiling for juggling is 4 balls. I've never been able to juggle 5. I have practiced like you wouldn't imagine. But you know what? I can't do it. Okay, that's okay. I'm better at rings than everybody I've met. I'm not really great at pins. Haunted house. I'm not good at being a prop. I'm not good at sitting motionless, holding my breath, pretending I'm not real. I'm awesome at the other 3 jobs: bait, ambush, and creeper. Oh, I'll talk your ear off and tell you terrible dad jokes while my associates get you from the side and behind. That's being bait. That's being... But I'm going to jump out in the beginning and scare the crap out of you, and it looks great, Rob. I love it. So I don't expect to go through life being able to master every, skill.
Yeah, no, I don't think anyone does,
There's some wackos out there that do.
I'm not the book devourer. Oh. And this is what when I say devouring, my thoughts are what you were giving the Harry Potter books ago.
I didn't finish that story,
That's okay. Because we stood in line for 5, me and my ex, 6, and 7.
I had a great
And so we got all of them. During 5, she read it first, and then I read it. At 6, I read it first, and then she read it. And then 7, she read it, and then I read it. Now the issue is that when she read it, it took her a day and a half. When I read it, it took me 3 weeks. And that's, I'm picking it up for several hours. And what my mind does is it sits there and it turns it into a movie as I'm reading it. And so I literally lose track of where I am on the page. Because I'm in a movie now. I'm somewhere else. And then I have to go back and be like, did I just read that or did I skim over it? I better reread it.
Better try that again. I started, the 5th book. So everything's going on fine, and I'm working for, I think, Rural Metro at that time. And she finishes the book, but I'm not paying attention to her progress in reading because it's like Christine said. You read real slow, but you remember everything you've read. I read really fast, but I have to go back for all the details. And I have to scan what I can remember and then pick up what I've forgotten. I thought, God, that must be a fantastic pain in the ass, because that book's, 700 pages, 800 pages? It's a big book. From 3 on, they get fucking huge.
They just get,
so it's a shame.
Wider.
It's a shame Jingo isn't here, because we were just discussing, because I'm encouraging him to pick up book 1 again and give it another try, because everything he said is correct. But it gets better after book 2. You have to stay in there for book 1. Yes, it's written from an 11-year-old's point of view. The same way as the Belgariad and the Malorian. Yeah, you're starting off with a 5-year-old. It's kind of basic in the beginning. But then once they start traveling, the narrative is a little different. So all of a sudden, I come back into the living room as I'm being dad and Mr. Mom, and Christine is crying her eyes out. Oh my God, what happened? No, it's nothing. What did I do? What a character in the book died. Oh, okay. And the worst...
Oh, you can't see that either. That's a trap.
She told me, because
That's
she's
how
like,
you
I don't
get
want to
her
tell you, I
angry
don't want to
with
tell. I'm like, no, tell me. You know, I'm going to read it anyway. I'm already hooked. Because by the time 5 came out, I was already into, like, book 2. Because I was waiting to, you know, I'm going to read that fast. That's why it's like, it sucks. I have to start The Song of Ice and Fire all over again, because I got... Game of Thrones, Clash of Kings, Storm of Swords. Yeah. And I'm in Storm of Swords, and the Red Wedding, the guests are starting to comment on how bad the band is.
Yep.
That's where I put the book down. And I picked that book up 12 years later. I have no idea what the hell is going on, who these people... Oh, man. Okay, wait. The phrase... And then by awesome casting, they had the guy that plays Filch be Old Man Frey, the King of Frey. That is perfect. That's like how I pictured him, the way Martin writes him. Because he's totally that character. He's totally that actor.
I just want him to finish the series.
Which I love him in
Finish
Hot
it.
Fuzz, too. You know.
Finish it. Finish it.
Everyone's mad at the television show.
Yeah, no one likes the television series. It's they don't like how it ended.
The
They're
first
upset with it.
The first
I don't care about
episode, Paul was the one that like, oh, I got this off torrent. You got to watch this, Billy. I'm like, dude, I'm reading the book. I really don't want to watch the show. Oh, Kathy's reading the book. So basically, it was like he got a copy of it and he gave me like the first 3 episodes, I think. Paul gave me so much stuff, I started just erasing it after a while because I just couldn't fucking keep up because there was too much anime and hentai and all of the things. And it's like, I have no interest in this. Or he would do a thing where he would find a terrible video game that he thought was great, and then he would get it for me, and then, you gotta play it. I don't want to play this game. It's boring. I've watched you play it for hours at your house. Watch this. Okay, that's great graphics, but nothing happens in this game. It's like you're investigating a town that nobody lives in the fjords.
Yeah.
What's it?
So
It's
really
got a
boring.
woman's name. I still have it. I uninstalled it. Or he was obsessed with the diving game where you're just swimming.
Subnautica?
No, he was obsessed with that in a different way, and then he gave me a copy of that. And why would you give me that crack? That cracked crack that now... So I had to erase it, because not only was it illegal, it was also like, this is taking up too much of my day, because I'm now thinking about this game. That's
When you
reserved.
sleep.
Yeah, that's reserved for 7 Days to Die. That's how much I...
7 Days to Die is a pretty good game.
Or as I like to
didn't-
call it, adult Minecraft, because there's the party hooker zombies. They don't have those in Minecraft, I don't think.
No, they don't.
My kid
No.
would have told me.
I mean, we can get a mod.
No.
There's a mod for it.
I'm
You
impressed.
really need.
I'm impressed with what they've done with 7 Days to... Oh, so, yeah, I've got to start... I don't know. I may just have to, like, back up a couple pages, because I remember what was going on in the tirade that... But Paul did give me the... And the first episodes were pretty damn close to the first chapters of the book.
Yeah.
The biggest problem with the show to the book is they should have done it, and I hate David Lynch. I am not a fan of his directing or his direction style or any of his crazy movies. But from everything that I've learned about Dune, people were generally happy, not with all the details that he left out, but because there is a 4-hour version. I have sat through it on PBS. Paul Atreides. So they should have done it that way because there's far more internal monologue in the book than there's almost none in the show. And I almost would like to see that it would have liked to have seen, let me leave that for the English teacher nightmare to happen. Grammar Nazis, go! Them to do the Game of Thrones series and have stills in a silent film style and have it be the chapters. Bran, Ned, Arya, because in the books the chapters don't have numbers or they're the name of the person that you're looking through their eyes. And that really, you miss that in the show. It's they do it in Harry Potter, but it's not the same because you're running with that. If it's Tyrion, you now have all of Tyrion's thoughts. Tyrion does not think the same as Catelyn. Arya does not think the same as Catelyn or Ned or
John.
Any of them. You know, they're all Bran. They all have different points of view. They have a different motivation motivating them through and you don't have that in the show. They kind of, because I've really only watched the first season, but they kind of like mull it over, so it's like discussed instead of internalized. If that, that was clear as mud. You're welcome. Like and subscribe, folks. Remember, you could have watched anybody, but you wanted to watch our 100% barf. Thank you. Sorry.
Oh, man. I think the thing I like out of all of the Game of Thrones series was the part where they knight Sir Tarth. The knighting of Sir Tarth. Because she definitely deserved it. She needed to be knighted from the very beginning, considering all the armor that she was wearing, all the prestige that she already had up to that point. Why wasn't she?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm a knight. A knight can knight another knight. I'll do it.
They do it all the time.
Do you want to be a knight or not? And like, that's my favorite part. It's just like, no, you're fucking with me, right? You're just joking. Yeah. This is just another gaff at me because I'm a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and seriously.
He's like, no, this is serious. Do you want to be knighted?
Okay.
I can knight you.
I
mean, is it cooler if a king knights you? Absolutely.
Whoa, yeah.
Way cooler.
I will be right back. I have to turn off the breaker. One moment.
Oh yes, the resetting of the breaker. But yeah, that's my favorite scene in the Game of Thrones. The rest of it could just don't care. It's all either porn or adjacent. I really don't care much for Game of Thrones. I didn't get into it like everyone else was when it was airing. I read the books, but they were boring. They were more boring than the Silmarillion.
Okay, yeah, I can stand with that. I was not a fan of the Game of Thrones, and I did not delve into to Song of Ice and Fire. But my background, I was in the SCA, and I had a great time because I was taken in and molded by some wonderful people. The man that taught me blacksmithing was also a very long time in special operations group, and the government had spent an extraordinary amount of money to educate him, and so he had multiple graduate degrees in different areas, including history of different world regions of the world. And so he and I would sit and talk, and I was a history buff for a long time, enjoyed that quite a bit. So when I see things like that, everybody lost their minds over the show Vikings, and I would watch it and I go, well, that's not correct, that's not accurate, and I just had to finally say, I can't enjoy this. I'm getting lost. I can't get lost in it.
Yeah. I fell into a little bit of that when I was rewatching The Princess Bride after I joined the SCA and really dug straight into history at that point. And Princess Bride, oh, that's not accurate. Oh no, that's a stage foil. That's not an actual foil.
That one was
So you
fun.
just start like nitpicking it, and I'm like, no, no, the beautifulness, no.
We had fun with that one because, we looked at it the same way initially, and then we all came back and we're like, no, we're going to watch this for the camp, for the pomp and circumstance, for the fun that comes with it, because at no point in time did anybody ever say, well, this is accurate, this is true, this is correct. And so that made it more interesting. And then when my nephews decided they wanted to learn blacksmithing and they came over, that was the first thing they wanted to do. They wanted to make a Yiggle sword. I said, okay, let me teach you how to blacksmith. I want to make a sword. Let me teach you how to blacksmith. I want to make a sword. All right, here's a piece of steel. Put it in the fire until you think it's hot enough and start hitting it with a hammer until it looks like a sword. And then they started coming back, well, how can I do this? Oh, have a seat, young Padawan. Let me show you. And then I will teach you.
Let me actually teach you. Oh, man, I wanted to learn sword making in the SA, and I started my SAA when I was down in Florida. Chimeras is not the warmest of welcoming people. They're just not. They're just not. They're there for the game. And their game is Princess Bride Party, where it originally started with the SCA, and we've grown. We've expanded. We're a historical anachronism now, not a party in someone's backyard. So
John, the gentleman that taught me blacksmithing was one of the few blacksmiths whose mark, his touch mark, was an immediate approval when they were still doing live steel. Many years ago now. That was, that was wonderful for me. I got to work with him and learn from him. And I got to learn more of the nuance. And he was very good at, this is the SCA, that's the political side, these are the reenactors, these are the folks that are out here to have a good time and party. And these are the folks that I think you'll get along with, because these are the folks that I get along with, because we're out here and it's a nice mix of all of it.
Yeah.
Saturday
and
night,
I like the mix.
We can party. Friday night, we can party. They loved having me out there because I was a medic. So for the longest time, I wasn't necessarily on the field. I was the guy that, when these guys had their heads crushed in, they would come back, and I was the guy that was patching them all up and then sending them back out again.
The Kyurgen. Yeah, the Kyurgens. I was there at the end of Kyurgen. Kyurgen's last beating breath, I was there and I watched it exhale out, and the bod goes, nah, this is insurance nonsense and we don't want any of it. And so it's like, oh, so now there is no safety? Well, no, there's safety. Safety.
I haven't been to a war, quite literally, in goodness, almost 2 decades. I haven't been out to a war for a full event. My oldest boy got to go out one of the last years that Little John was out before he passed away. He took my oldest son with him and gave him the opportunity, started teaching him the basics of smithing, and he started walking him through the war and giving him an idea of all of that. And that was a wonderful thing. But I haven't been back, and don't know that I miss what it was. The last war that I went to was completely different from what it had been, and I understand generational change.
Yep.
I've been thinking about this a lot lately. You can never go home.
No.
That phrase pisses you off as a child when you hear adults say that, because adults darkly snicker at that statement. It's like talking about death. It's talking about so many of the coming of age things. And it's true, because the time is different, the people are different, the instance is different, the circumstances are different, the moon and the stars, and it's all changed.
It's all moved.
John used to love to say that it's an old Norse Germanic saying that a warrior can never cross the same river twice. And that means that when you cross it, that river is different. When you come back, it'll be different.
You'll be different, and the river's different because the water can.
One of the phrases that I had heard is, "You never camp in the same place twice."
Yeah.
So same thought, same thought processing in there. Never camp in the same place twice. I will tell you, listening to the old hats that I've gotten to listen to, who were there when it was a party, the very first party, to current, is not the same at all. The parties don't happen anymore. And if they do, they happen in really small encampments. They're super far away from everyone. And then even when it gets wild, it's tamped. It's a lot calmer than the wild that had been going on back when it started.
In the 90s out
and
at
so,
Fair, same thing.
Yep.
Court used to be controlled mayhem. So you would go to court and everybody's having a good time. They were throwing a feast and they were giving accolades and paying wages and doing all these wonderful things. And about 9:30, 10 o'clock, everybody was wrapping up, but everybody was 2 sheets to the wind. And then you went back to your respective camps or certain groups.
To become
and
5 sheets to the
wind. The evening would ramp up. And then in those days, it was a 5 a.m. I was kicking people to wake them out of their stupors and feeding them and getting them ready for a 6 a.m. muster on the field because, hey, we're gonna drop the flag and you guys are all gonna beat the shit out of each other for 2 hours. Then we'll come back.
Yeah.
Last time I went
that's
in,
what I heard.
I think the field started at noon, and I was like, "What? What do you guys do in the morning?" It was almost like listening to the hobbits from Tolkien. Oh, there's first breakfast, then there's second breakfast, and then we all relax, and then there's third breakfast, and then we'll come out for
lunch. We have a
lunch.
smoke, and then we
and then we have to do inspections, and then we have to don the kit, and then we have inspections of the kit while it's donned, and then we inspect the kit again, and then we get on the field and take turns hitting each other. It's grand.
Well, at Ren Fair during the 90s,
I mean, it's still fun.
There used to be a parade every day. No parades, but that hasn't happened for a long time. And honestly, that's far more trouble than it's worth, because the idea behind it is you're carrying a banner for one of the shops, so it's advertising to have them walk around, but the logistics of it are a giant pain in the ass, because you have to get 300 people all lined up at noon and then march them around for 20, 30 minutes, and then, okay, thanks, see you all tomorrow.
Then scatter.
And get the hell out of there. And most of them are hawkers or street characters or, booth workers themselves. So,
right. Or they're running a
kiosk or one of these little wagon, So it becomes a logistical nightmare for them.
Pulling the pickle barrel.
Well,
the pickle barrels, though. I mean,
they don't have a banner. They don't get one. They really should, but and Fair now is different. It's more subdued. It's calmer. I'm the wild and crazy one. I'm just a crazy old man at this point now, because I'm yelling and screaming and doing this, and Frenchie's like, take a look around. Everything's different. I'm looking around, and I'm the only one acting like a maniac. Okay. Well, we're going to use this to my advantage. And then we were going, a guy I went to high school with, who's also no longer with us, his daughters were out there working, and they were, I think Taylor's in Fairhaven. She's a Morris dancer now. She's no longer a pirate. But she wanted to have a memorial. I told this story already on one of the other episodes, but probably you. So my dead friend's daughter wants to have a memorial, but by the time I get to the old pirate encampment that's now kind of the wilderness and the desert has taken it back, dude,
Yeah.
we used to be out there in the 90s. That was 30 years ago. There isn't anybody from the group. No, I think there's 2 people from this group of like 40 that are still out there, because we were pirates, like when Cutthroat Island. What? So 91, I go out there. I have a juggling troupe. We want to be a stage act. We missed the audition. You could be street characters. You have to audition. No problem. All of us make it in. 92, the ex I was with told me that if I went and did Ren Fair that I'd find all my possessions in trash bags in front of the apartment. So I missed 92, and when I came back in 93, my group had scattered to the wind, and only like 5 of the 12 were still doing fair, and they all had other jobs. Well, can't really blame them. I lost a whole year. And back then and even now, if you miss a year or two of fair, you don't exist anymore. You have to remind everybody who the fuck you are. So that's what this year was. So, like,
everything I've heard about fair and the people who work fair, it's kind of like the carnies. It's
they're working carnies.
It is live or die to do this thing, or else I'm not working. I'm not here. Is what I understood.
Here's fair, but it's skewed through my point of view over the decades, and this year is different because I'm back after an 11-year hiatus. Everything is weird now. So the shops primarily are owned by people that pick up a trade and they're able to make something, and it's so vastly popular that they can sustain renting the front part of the shop. Back is depending on how far you build and depending on what you're allowed, but you're only charged, and again, my knowledge is dated for past 11 years for that. Or you rent a wagon, or you pay for space with a wagon, because the fair owns most of the food, like the Queen's Kitchen. The King's Kitchen, Jeffrey owns that. That belongs to the guy who owns it. Then you have like the beer, the wine, but then you have like the sausage place. They're their own thing. Or out here, they're like a bakery, and you can get crepes there, which they're delicious. I think they still exist. They're their own thing. But if you want a bag of the King's nuts, go ahead and put the King's nuts in your mouth. Still hilarious 30 years later.
Nuts.
Yeah.
That's
Ren Fair. They're in a bag with the thing printed on it, and it's cone-shaped like you would get at a specialty store. I mean, it's its own thing. Now, some of the shops are partly owned by performers. Some of them are solely owned by performers. There's Rennies that are young, and they travel, and they do games. And I have no idea how many wars are going on throughout the years. I have long forgotten the boundaries of the kingdoms across the Americas for SCA. But what I do know is there's 2 simultaneous Ren Fair circuits happening all 10 months of the year. Arizona and Florida start off, and then Georgia and Southern California, and then like now we're into Colorado and I want to say Bristol. I get fuzzy because I've never done the circuit. My two of my current brother-in-law and an ex-brother-in-law have both done the circuit, and multiple friends, and I live vicariously through them, but it's not the same. The difference is that, with the exception of Southern California, which is done on the Army Engineer Corps Fairgrounds, all of the locales are permanent. So the structures are there all year long. So every year, Rennies send workers 2 weeks before that fair opens, and they are doing prep work. They paint, they do repair, the roof, the shingles, the paint, the carpentry, whatever they need. We had to do all kinds of work every year because I was done with Ren Fair in '99. They gave me what I considered an insulting contract. I was so mad, and I just ripped up my contract and threw it in the trash, and I was like, you know what? Fuck them. And I don't even think I did Ren Fair in '99, if memory serves, because I was so mad. And then, because just a whole bunch of stuff happened, because Paul wanted me to be in Bedlam Bells, because I can draw a crowd. Especially in a vaudevillian Ren Fair type of scenario. Or doing a con. I don't stand behind the booth. I'm out in front yelling at everybody. So he wanted me in Bedlam. But, dude, I love to dance. I really do. I'm bummed that there isn't some, club for 50-year-olds to just fucking footloose all night long. That actually depresses me. But it's not socially acceptable unless you're drunk at a wedding or a funeral or whatever. So,
or within an enclosed encampment.
Yeah, but dance for money is... No, I don't want to do that. What's traditional English? Hold on. I'm English on both sides. Like my great-grandfather on my dad's side is right off the fucking boat. Northumberland. Mm-hmm. Yes. And then London for the Jacksons down on my mom's side. So, yes, learn about this. So they kind of... I want to play drums and be an obnoxious, sidekick. They want me to do... At that time, during it's a lot, Paul and Sam have broken up, but they're still doing Bedlam, and Sam and Alicia are running things, and at first it was fun, and then it kind of became a list of, I don't ever want you to do these things again. And dude, I'm like 18, 19. I'm going to do those things again. Because you know what? As much as you didn't appreciate them, we got laughs. And that's why I'm here. Yeah. Because comedy is the ice flowing through my veins. So everybody loves everybody now, and everything's fine now. But at the time, it was, it
wasn't simpatico.
I didn't want to be a Morris dancer. I wanted to be a clown. That's, I'm obsessed with clowns. I don't have any.
I got pirates behind you. That's it.
I got pirates, lots of pirates. But here's a clown that Paul gave me. Nah. He's like, this is creepy. Get rid of it. I'm like, this is awesome. What are you talking about? He's got a giant ass. Whoops. That's hilarious. So, we go back and forth. So, at about this time, I'm trying to distance myself from Bedlam. Other dynamics are happening. And Paul... There's also a lot of that joke's not funny. Why? Because it's an inside joke. That's only funny to us. And we're not Andy Kaufman. He's the only one that could get away with that shit. Because he was an amazing mimic. That doesn't make him funny. That makes him an amazing mimic. The guy had chameleon powers that were off the scale. His Elvis... as Lotka and the movie Heart Beeps, I love his acting. As a person, watch the documentaries. He wouldn't be fun to hang out with. He's up there with Peter Sellers is amazing, but you don't want to work on a movie set with him because he's unhinged.
Right.
Sellers would get mad at the director and wouldn't be able to take it out on the director, so he would take the next person that fucked up and make their life a living hell because he can't get to the people that he wants to make their life a living hell. Like Blake Edwards and Stanley Kubrick have all these stories of him being insane on Doctor Strangelove and the Pink Panther movies. I'm a huge Sellers fan. Don't get me wrong. The Goon Show, I have all 300 episodes that survived. I listened to it a lot, actually. Watched the documentary. I have the life of Jeffrey Rush as Peter Sellers. I'm a huge Sellers fan, but I wouldn't. Yeah. Don't meet your heroes. I don't want to meet Ben Franklin. I don't want to meet, so many other. Hold on, Venus.
Yeah, considering how dead Ben Franklin is, that would be frightening to meet him now. I mean, it's just bones, dust.
Time machine is time travel's possible. No.
Well,
don't do it.
Yeah,
don't
do it.
No.
No, you don't want to meet him.
I don't want to meet anybody from the
Yeah, it's good. But yeah, the SC moving forward as a today thing is a lot calmer. It's really meant for family groups. It's not meant for the partying that tends to not actually happen. It happens at big wars like Pensic and the West War and what's the other one down there in Florida, or not Florida? It's Panhandle adjacent. Great West War, or no, that's not it. It's the I can't remember. It's only a week long.
Only a week long. Hold on, I have to distribute cat treats, or she's just going to keep yelling at me.
Oh, you're fine. But it's good. It's a lot calmer. They're trying to structure Kingdom or Crown events now, so that when the Crown has court, it's one court. We get as much as we can done. Whatever we can't goes to the next court. So that means things like AOAs might just get handed out at a random court, and you'll never know. Yep. And then hopefully someone in your shire, canton, etc. is there and picks it up for you, or at the very least the Crowns remember to mail that stuff out, or their Chamberlain does, so that you can get it. Bigger awards though, like being knighted or put on vigil. Being put on vigil is one of the ones that they still do you dirty for. They'll put you on vigil, and then that could happen at a random event. So you don't know you're on vigil. Until someone goes, "Did you know they put you on vigil?
You're supposed to be standing guard right now." What?
What? I'm washing dishes back in camp. Yeah. What are you talking about? I'm on vigil. For what? You're getting your pelican. I'm getting my insert award here. It's really kind of, it's one of the few things that they still fudge for a really big award. They'll fudge the vigils because it's just a vigil. Gotcha. The award itself, where that happens, that's on your dime. That's your time. That's your people coming together and being in the right place at the right time. Vigils, on the other hand, they can just push those out, just like AOAs. Here you go. Here's your AOA. Never got my circlet.
Here's your OBE. Your knighthood, Order of British Excellence. Very good. You'll get your OBEs on the way out.
And sometimes they're having to do that now because they're like they have backlists of people who got an award and they're not here at this event, and they weren't here at the last event, and they're not at the other event, and they're not here where they need to be because they're trying to uphold this secrecy. And why don't you just tell so-and-so to have their friends contacted and made sure that they're there? Don't, and their friends don't have to tell them anything. Just convince them that they have to go. That they have to go. And then that way the thing happens, it's still a surprise, but they have that inkling that maybe something's going to happen. Like,
Yeah.
it's still good. It's still a surprise.
You can still say
I've
thank
had
you.
it happen several times.
Yeah.
But I would have rathered that for my AOA than what they did, which is just hand it out. They handed it to one of my Shire mates. She got it back to me unceremoniously, handed it to me, and I didn't get a circlet. Had I been there, I would have gotten a circlet. And that's the fuck. Like, cool, a little trinket, not a big deal. Can I make a circlet? Absolutely. Can I find someone to make a circlet? Is there a blacksmith every 10 miles? Yes. Yes, there is. I can find someone.
Just yell out the word forge, one will appear.
But considering my limitations, I can't get on the battlefield. So that leaves arts and science, which I'm not really good at.
Oh,
And-
I wish there was
and heraldry.
someone that could help me repair this blade.
Not me. Don't ask me to help you repair that blade. I got a sword sitting in my closet right now that my buddy picked up at a garage sale. I kid you not. It says It has a stamp that says Pakistan on it. It looks like it wants to be a katana.
A crappy katana.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gotcha.
It looks like it's slightly curved, but then the curve doesn't follow. It's just completely straight on the back, and so it only slightly curves. It doesn't do the proper
It's
Japanese
good if you're
katana
on
curve.
horseback, but that's suckish
it's-
if you're standing
I was-
flat-footed.
It's okay for
shit.
stabbing, and maybe slicing. I guess I could definitely beat someone with it. Tin can opener you with it, but is it going to go anywhere? No. Do I have the time to actually repair it? Considering it's missing its pommel, part of its guard, and the wrap on the hilt. I have a friend, and I'm going to give it to him and be like, do with this as you want. Turn it into something else.
Turn it into a Fallout weapon.
I don't care what you do with it. I don't want it.
Right on.
You know how to make the metal work.
There you go. Beat it until it looks the way you want it.
Yes, beat the metal until it looks the way that you thought it would look. Except for that doesn't work. I got to do some minor blacksmithing at Dub Dub this year. That was really cool. Let me throw on a leather apron. I found out my fibromyalgia says, "Wow, that's really heavy."
This thing made it.
And I was like, "It's just a leather apron." You oh, that's right. My body's broken. So I found out a whole lot of things, like the fumes coming up off of the metal and stuff, really mess with my asthma. And I was just like, and that's my sign that I'll never get to blacksmith. Coin minting, though.
Gray smithing.
Coin minting.
Coin minting.
I could get into coin minting, though. And I would love to do that for my Chinese persona and mint me some coins.
Oh, that would be fun. You can get one of those, they have one out at fair. Striking! And then they let it go and make a coin. And that shop's been out
I
there
love
forever.
those. I have several of them from Flarf and Barf. If you know what those are. Renaissance fairs. Yes, I can't believe the Bay Area Renaissance Fair is called Barf.
It is.
Or the Fort Lauderdale area Renaissance Fair, it's Flarf. It is. So, Flarf will happen before Barf.
Yes, it will.
So
Every
you
year.
Flarf every year. So you
I'm glad
Flarf
that
and
you
then you
said
Barf.
that. And yeah. Well, I mean, we're Zarf. Arizona Renaissance.
Wow.
Zarf.
That requires an extra trip. And
As
I don't know if you're going to make it after you Barf.
true.
But, you know.
No. Theirs is way better. The acronym.
Oh, it's so good.
Muffin, League of Awful, Evil, Vile. No, I would like to go to a war one time just to have the experience, because I've had it vicariously through all of you for, well, you just now, and
So
we went
like,
to. Oh, go ahead.
war. War's interesting. It depends on which war you go to. There's the War of the Roses, which still happens near you. There is the West War, which is between the West and Ontir. And then there is Pensic, which is everyone's war. Every kingdom shows up. 10,000 plus people crammed into a 50-acre lot with a lake. Did I mention the lake? You also have a death hill. They call it Cardiac Hill because it's a climb.
45 degrees.
the
Nice,
top.
nice. No, February, go out there to Estrella Park. Rob, what is that the...
I think
That's the old Estrella War. Yep.
The Australia
So
War.
it's not the
and
War of the
Lily
Roses or the other one that... I don't know.
No, the Estrella is the big war for this area.
that area. Yep.
And there's usually kingdoms from Southern California, sometimes from Nevada, sometimes from New Mexico, sometimes from Colorado, and then the Arizona kingdoms.
Mhm.
And the households, they all come together, and that's the event. It's 1 week, but the actual event itself is usually about 4 days: Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sunday is the wrap.
There you go, buddy.
And usually it's done when the holiday is on Monday so that everybody can get the hell out of there.
Yep. You got Gulf Wars. That was the one I was forgetting. That's the one in, I think, Mississippi.
Yeah.
It's up near the Panhandle. You can literally hit Mardi Gras and then go to Gulf Wars. It's literally the weekend after Mardi Gras.
Oh, wow.
So you can actually hit Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
Do Mardi Gras
Well,
through the whole of February.
Yeah.
Come out of it and do Gulf Wars right afterwards. It's
that
muy
convenient. Muy bueno.
It's that convenient. If you do Gulf Wars, that's a full week of camping and whatnot in the middle of nowhere, Mississippi, in March. Then you got Pensic. That's 2 weeks, 2 full weeks, plus the I think it's the weekend before the week starts for setup, for those that want to set up vendor setup and stuff, to get them set up, get yourself situated, get yourself comfortable, figure out where everything is, the lay of the land, watch all of it unfold as it builds itself over the course of 2 weeks and then collapses at the end of the second week. Which I've yet to be in. I've seen lots of video. It's really cool looking. Westwar, I missed it. I went to Dub. It wasn't as fun as I was expecting it to be. It was still cool, but it's our big war for North Shield.
Okay. Yeah.
It's not a war technically. Technically, there's no war going on. There's lots of fighting. Lots of pageantry, equestrian. It's a lot calmer. There's camping if you want, or we go 30 minutes up the road to the nearest hotel section, and we just hotel camp. And so we just traipse back and forth. It's only a 30-minute drive. Pay for hotels, stay in comfort, have air conditioning, get to cool down and fully recover.
Yeah.
Ice,
shower,
free ice,
shower and toilet. Yeah, that's sink.
Full toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah, what stink? We come smelling like roses.
No,
looking like
sink.
Oh, stink.
You
yes,
don't get many
yes.
sinks with running hot water in the woods.
I mean, you got the porta johns with the foot pump bathroom.
Yeah.
And if you have a big enough event, you get the shower and the wash-up trailers.
Mm.
They literally show up with a tractor trailer that's nothing but showers. And you get to line up and pay your coin and use their hot shower.
Yeah.
Yep. I gotta say, out of all the ones I want to go to, it's probably West War, Gulf Wars, and Pensick. In that order. I'd like to hit them in that order, do a West War, and then if I have enough energy, do a Gulf Wars. I'd like to try to hit Gulf Wars and Pensick in the same year, but I'm not made of money. I'm a realistic person. 2 weeks on the field? No, thank you.
Yeah.
That first week is just arts and science and classes and food and camaraderie and putting shit up. That second week is war. The second week is just war the whole time. This year they brought in the trebuchets and war machines.
Nice.
This is the first time since they initially attempted it. That first attempt actually almost killed people when they brought them on to the field.
That's not good.
This went way better. Well, because they underestimated the ballistas the last time. And so they thought, right? Ballista. It's not going to hurt anyone, right?
What?
It's not going to go straight through plastic armor. Went through plastic armor, broke several kits, destroyed 3 or 4 people's ribs.
Yep.
Because they were standing in formation and it bounced. It was a heavy object.
Oh.
Flying at speeds of, 10 to 15 miles per hour. Which doesn't sound impressive until it hits you.
And when you've got a nice can with a 10-pound cushion on the end, which is never a cushion, that hits like a brick.
Yeah. So they re-rigged it. We figured out the proper ammunition for these machines. They're all foam. They have a slightly solid, dense core, like PVC, but they're mostly foam.
Still, foam
So
shot
that's
out.
Still being shot at you at 10 to 15 miles per hour. I mean,
paintballs hurt. I don't even want to think about being hit by ballista.
So this year, it broke one kit, no bones, left several people with massive bruises, but everyone had fun and got back up and kept fighting.
Mm.
So, win for it this year.
Yeah.
That means it'll show back up next year.
Oh boy.
And next year, they don't want it in just one segment. They want it through the whole.
That's the stuff that breaks cages off of spun tops and, puts... And there's always those newbies or the person wearing borrowed armor whose helmet doesn't fit. And they get hit with a pole arm. And, it's not just the bell ringing. They're seeing stars because the whole cage comes in and yeah.
Yeah. I had my first... got to try armor for the first time when I was living in Florida. Worst place to try on armor. I kid you not, especially the kit. But I wanted to see if I could do it. And I didn't know about the stuff that was going on with me until much later. And I knew that something was off, but I didn't know what it was. And I gave them the warning. If I cough or sneeze, I might just drop. Right here, right now, it'll look like a seizure. You can't do anything. Just let me finish, and I'll be fine. And they're like, that's concerning. I don't know if we can authorize you. I said, that's fine. I just wanted to give this a try to see if I could. So I went 3, 4, I did a full month of practice without kit. And then I came out to try on kit. It was way heavier than I was expecting. It was ball-achingly sweaty and hot out to begin with, so I got into this dripping wet armor that had already been probably not put away the best, because most of it was leather. And then I put on the dome. big metal dome with the grill. No padding. No padding at all. And I have this guy. He has to be your guys' ages, if not older. White beard. He just stands there, arms down at his side. He's like, "All right, come at me. I come at him, charge him."
This never ends well.
I give enough. I give a little duck with a lift and a jab. Boom. Boom. He hit me a second time. Good. He's like, "Yeah, you got to shout that a little sooner."
Yeah.
I'm done. He goes, "You look done."
I've hit my limit.
And sat down, and that was it. That was the only time I got in armor. But he Miyagi'd me. He just stood there and didn't do anything. And he reacted twice as fast as I could. And I was just like, "Okay, Sensei, but you can't beat the crap out of me every single time."
Not every time.
What did you do wrong? What did you do wrong? I didn't have my shield up high enough? No. That wasn't what you did wrong. What did you do wrong? I thought about it for a moment as I'm getting out of armor. I didn't bring my sword up to block. He goes, "What's going to happen next time if you get in armor? Bring my sword up to block.
I'm getting my
as well
skull
as my
caved
shield?"
in if I don't do the. You forget
He's
blocking.
Like, well, yeah, blocking. Because all I'd been taught at that point was how to swing.
Mm.
And how to jab. I didn't get taught how to block with the shield. I got stuck with a sword and board and and then Master Miyagi'd.
So
in loner kit.
See,
with no padding.
My experience with the actual SCA was here in Phoenix, Arizona. I don't know if it's the same now, but it probably is. Fighter practice was at Encanto Park on Wednesday nights. And also, the IJA, the International Jugglers Association's chapter, met on Wednesday nights at Encanto Park. So we're right near these guys doing full-on fighter practice. Just to be prepared to get out of the way. That's what they tell you when you first get there. Great. I'm downtown and I got a bunch of kids with me. This is going to be awesome. Because I'm the oldest, you know.
Hello. Cool. Got new shoes?
Fantastic.
I'm talking with people right now. Yeah? What?
But then
good.
they were at...
See you, kid.
No. The Coronado Renaissance... Oh, go ahead.
That's my best friend's kid.
Oh, right on.
So, she just wanted to show me her shoes.
She got new shoes. That's
She's
important.
like, "I got new shoes!" And I was like, "Yeah, I see that."
That's an important thing.
Exactly.
She's going to tell you 3 more times before the week is over about her shoes.
And they'll make them faster, and they'll make them better.
Jumping more, higher, longer, from place to place.
Jeez, no, my hernia. I can't.
You need her shoes. They will aid you in your... Ow.
No, they will break my feet. I will be even worse than I am now.
It can happen.
The cushioning will kill me.
But they, long ago, at the SCA had a booth at Ren Fair, and they had a big banner that said "Mercenaries in the Service of the King." And that actually was fun because they played with the Rogues Guild, and then they also would fuck with the guards. And we had more guards back then. And but there was something happened. I remember I was told long ago, but dude, that was 30 years ago. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But because they were partying too wild and did a bunch of weird stuff. But it is a very carny, because they're here for 2 months. Then they go to the next place. They're there for 2 months. They're there for 2 months. Most of them have like a home. And they have a roommate that doesn't do rent fare and lives there and feeds and waters and scoops the cat box and brings the mail in and pays the bills.
Nice.
And then they get, because North Carolina and TRF, the big one that they have the crazy document, that guy's nuts. And that guy's been nuts for decades. That documentary is long overdue. That man is insane. He's like the sheriff, he's the fire chief, he's all these different things in that little town next to Renfair. But after that, the circuit rennies, they go home for December and 3 weeks in January-ish. 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, depending on how much construction needs to happen. And then they go back and they do it all again. And it's a continuous circuit.
I thought it was the coolest thing when I first got to go to like a Renaissance fair. I was like, I want to be a Rennie. I love this. This feels like home. And then I talked to my now ex's friend and her family who does it for a living.
Oh.
Or did it for a living. And they were like, you do not want to be a Rennie.
No, you don't.
You're not made for this. Don't do this. If you really want to, we can take you on as an apprentice. But I would rather not.
What did they do?
And I was like, oh. They did stage magic.
Oh, okay.
They did stage magic and like a little kiddie show basically for kids so that they had something to do while mom and dad were drinking at the beer garden. But essentially they worked right next to, because Bay Area and Florida both have carnies. They're one of the few Renaissance fairs that have carnies to come in and they operate machines and stuff, and that's all they do. They're just there for the machines. They have like 3 or 4 machines that they operate. I literally think they're the same machines at both.
Probably.
I think it's the same carnies. I wouldn't even doubt it. But they were just talking to me and they were like, yeah, we do the circuit and basically we're gone all year. And then we come back in December for when it gets cold here in Florida. And then we're back out again. It's like, you don't want to have to do that. You know,
Yeah,
you
you
want that.
move every 2 months. That would drive me insane.
Basically, yeah, the moving around is not cool. They had a permanent house. They had proper jobs that they operated only when the circuit wasn't operating. And what they started doing was cutting their circuit. So they used to run the full circuit. So literally running from one Ren Fair to the next. Just right behind each other. Every single year.
Yeah.
And, oh, this one overlaps. Which one do you go to? Well, this one's bigger. Let's go to that one.
More money.
More money. Chasing the money.
Yeah.
And they got tired. And by that point, you know, I think I was like 19, 20. I was 20 years old. And their daughter their oldest had just turned 20. And their youngest was just becoming a teenager. And they looked so burnt. And they were like, we started initially all the time. His wife was double jointed. So she could actually like fold up into like a little box.
Oh, right on.
That was one of their gimmicks and stage tricks and stuff.
That's cool.
That they would do. And they had a couple others that was really nice that were participants. But like they got to that point where they were just like, yeah, we're just going to do Flarf and Barf, and then there's one more that we're going to hit that's really, really big in the year, but the rest of the year, we're just working because it makes more money.
Yeah.
And that was at the time, so like, that's 2008. So...
I've heard that a lot.
I don't know if it's...
This year was, I mean, I don't I went to Global Sense to get some Prosperity. They don't even make it anymore. And I got to see the owner. And this is... The daughter runs the shop now. And, you know, it's what we were talking about earlier, and time, how you can't go home. I can't go back to the mid-90s because everybody's older or gone. And because even the story I was telling with, I'm having problems with Bedlam, all this stuff is going, they're cutting my hat, you're not doing as many dances. No, but I physically keep you a audience because Morris dancing is boring. This is the hobby of librarians and anthropology teachers and Rimmer on Red Dwarf. This is not, don't get me wrong, it's fun to do. I've been to many, many ales. That's a 3-day drinking and dancing party. It's awesome. But if you don't know anything about it and you've never seen it before, what is this? And the problem is that there's only one reference for Americans for what Morris dancing is, and that time is 40 years ago. With the 30-year gap, go ahead.
I mean, the first thing that pokes into my mind when I hear Morris dancing is the Irish dancing, but that's step dancing.
That's clogging and step dancing. That's not even...
Yeah, that's completely different. Yeah, but it's the only thing that pops into my mind.
It's the only thing. The band Men Without Hats, you can dance if you want to, you can leave your friends behind. There's a troupe of Morris dancers in the video.
Oh, okay.
That's the only, because then Americans go, is that what those guys are? Yes. What is it? Okay, long time ago, the Moors conquered Europe, and you had to have them be in the militia, and you had to do this, and you had to do this, and that bells kept them in marching in line and moving in formation. The sticks were swords, the handkerchiefs were whips. These were perfect, the 6x6, 12. It's all military. After the Moors get ousted, Charles the Hammer and Charlemagne and all that fun, 800 AD, they're all gone. So it goes from Moorish dancing to a pagan fertility rite. It's now Morris dancing. Nothing to do with those other guys. Those guys. So now, if you are a farmer and you have this cow that just can't seem to get pregnant, you buy a bunch of 4 or 5 kegs of beer, and the Morris dancers come and make music and dance around the cow night and day until the beer's gone, or the cow's pregnant. Hopefully the beer's gone. So that's what it is. And it is fun to do. But it's a knuckle-dragging Neanderthal 4/4 time beat. The songs aren't hard. They're all accordion-based or whistle-based. Shit, I can play 3 of them, and I haven't played any of them in 30 years. Because they're it's real basic. So your target audience, the only humans that will sit there and watch this, are very young little girls and really old ladies. Okay.
Boring people like myself who like history.
Or, yes, people that are enthusiasts of history, yes. So they try to do all this other stuff. So in the meantime, I work with this guy, and Big Mike is 6'7" and 485 pounds. Big Mike. I want to work at the Renaissance Festival. Careful what you wish for. I can make that happen. Really? So he kind of auditions as an Attila the Hun character. He's got a bow and he's got a fur costume because the dude's huge. Costuming's expensive. Through my work, I work with a woman who's a seamstress for the SCA. Her daughter is. Her daughter makes him, remember, this guy's 6'7", makes him a very impressive Scarlet Longcoat, and he becomes Captain Scarlet Murphy. And then he's pressuring, I want to go be a clown on the street. Paul wants me to double down with Bedlam. Mike wants me to give up the clown thing and forget Bedlam. And he basically wanted me to be his Smee. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that character. I'll be the pilot. I'll be the one who steers the ship. I mean, I don't have to be the bosun or the first mate or any of that kind of shit. But, dude, if you're going to force me to... I mean, I love being a pirate, but not every day. That's like a one-day costume for me. Out here, look at the pirate in you. Frenchie is all... You're still a clown. Dude, I was born a clown. All my baby pictures, I'm laughing my ass off. Christine, my last ex-wife, you know, you tell jokes in your sleep, right? To yourself, and then you laugh about them while you're sound asleep. So, I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna...
Yeah.
I mentioned Jeff earlier. He said the kids would... There's a SpongeBob that's stabbed to the main sail, the main mast at the Pirates Plunder at the shop out at Runfair. And Jeff, the guy who died, would get the small children to sing the SpongeBob theme song. I would sit on the other end of the counter, behind the counter, and I would talk to the guys, and they would listen to everything I said, and then when they got to Frenchie, he's going to try to sell to them now. If they said the words, "There is SpongeBob," I would ask them, "Are you ready to sing all the songs? You ready?" And only the drama kids would start singing, but I literally would start doing my sponge. F is for friends who do stuff together. And they would literally, these 30-year-olds and 25-year-olds would sing the song with me and do Plankton's voice, and Frenchie would just shake his head. And I'm like, what? Oh, my God, that's hysterical. Yeah, we got to get the... you could be a pirate. There's too many jokes, too much laughter, too much... Or what was really pissing him off was if I would use different sales tactics. So he's like, stop talking about your ex. Stop talking about your ex-wife. We bury our ex-wives. They're buried on unnamed islands in the Caribbean. Oh, pshaw, Ren. I'm actually sending business to Christine by talking about her, and she's appreciative. And trust me, I'm no moron to Ren Fair. I've been out there as a worker since 1991. My sister and my wife, who are the ex-wife. The ex-wife is the manager of the costume rental shop. The sister is the assistant manager. These two have a 3-hour lunch every fair day. They go and flirt with Frenchie and Tatton for about an hour, 20 minutes. Well, I mean, if they're shopping, they're doing stuff. If there's a show they want to see, they're whatever. You know, you've been to a Ren Fair. You know it's not just, oh, they got these 3 things. No, dude, there is so much going on. You can't see it all in one day. Every half an hour, 14 different shows start. It's 30 acres. It's 28. It's busy. So they're not coming in on the capacity that they used to because I am there. Now, I've watched every friend I've ever had flirt with my sister. That's normal. Even though, dude, that's me in a skirt. But your sister's so hot. That's me in a skirt. You're not seeing it from... Anyway.
Yeah, take the beard and the mustache. And
make her many pounds lighter. But Beth is hysterical. Beth is outgoing. Beth is friendly. Beth is fucking cool. Beth's a joy to work with. I love my sister. Well, my younger sister. My older sister and I, we don't talk. We don't get along. We're bipolar. Beth and I share a personality. Marie and I, polar opposites. Marie and Beth get along fine.
It's because you guys share that one brain cell together.
Yeah. Or as my father used to say it, idiot twins. We're 5 years apart. Idiot twins. So Beth followed me out. Beth followed me out to Ren Fair, and look on Facebook. Beth has more friends than I have because all of my friends are Beth's friends. You give up after a while. My sister's cooler than me. What are you going to do? So, Marie, you sleep out there in the dirt with those weirdos that wear costumes? Yeah, I'm one of those weirdos. So, they're not coming and hanging out in the capacity that they used to because I don't get a lunch or a break. I literally eat my lunch in front of customers. It's quite gross.
Yeah.
What do you want? It doesn't matter. I'm going to have to swallow a fish plank in between people. I don't get a lunch out there. And and this is to back up what you were saying about the family you knew, you're not hungry or thirsty out there. You have to be reminded to eat and drink and urinate for that matter because you're in. I'm never because that it used it at. In the beginning of the season, it was driving Frenchie insane. Through the season, he realized, and when they moved me over to the umbrellas, you sold all the umbrellas. Well, I tried to sell the rest of them, but you sold almost all of them because the room was filled with umbrellas when I started. There was only like 2 boxes by the time the season was. We've never sold this many. It's Miller time. So, they come by. So, do you like selling the umbrellas? Yeah. I mean, I'd rather be in there selling dice, making my Dungeons and Dragons jokes, but it doesn't matter what I'm selling. I'm selling for you guys. So you're the new Parasol Pete. And they started laughing, and I started laughing. Parasol Pete, that's pretty funny. Arr, I be Parasol Pete. And they both looked at me confused. And they're like, that doesn't make you angry? What? To be called Parasol Pete? So no, I had to wear. Hilarious. I thought it was funny. I had my New Balance shoes on, and he's like, Frenchie's been trying to. He was calling me sneakers for like 2 or 3 weekends and trying to get it to stick, but I wouldn't answer to that. And dude, just like you, I have old man feet. Leave me alone. These New Balance are fucking awesome. I can wear sandals, but then you're gonna hear me bitch all day. I can wear my construction boots that will pass as. But I got a super wide foot, and they're going to be pinchy all day, and you're going to listen to me. What do you want? Me running around or me constantly bitching? Those are your 2 frequencies.
I mean, if you really don't like the sneakers, you can always get me a pair of, what are they? They go over the top.
Oh, the coveralls?
Yeah, the coveralls.
We can walk to not Bald Mountain. They're out of business. We can walk to Windwalker, and you can drop $900 on a nice pair. So... Yeah. Buffalo hide, knee highs. No, thank you. I wouldn't buy those. I repost them all the time. They're quality. I've known them forever. I think Beth has a pair of Windwalkers. I was going to get Bald. It's different now, and Bald Mountain doesn't exist, and Windwalker's gotten a lot better in 30 years, but it used to be they really were great for women, and Bald Mountain were better men's shoes, just the way they were created. But Bald Mountain is long gone. I've lost all that money I paid on those moccasins. It's over. But the difference is that and they're like Jeff the guy that passed away, and we went to have a memorial and everything, and his daughters worked there. Jeff, don't you call me Parasol. He used to get all mad. It's like, of all the things you could call me, Parasol Pete is like so low down on it's comical, not. So I guess I'm Parasol Pete this year, because this whole you have to earn your nickname. Well, I've been Hornswoggle out here since 1991. I don't really have to earn shit. Your kids and Theo's pickpocket because he accidentally picked a pocket one time. Kim, Frenchie's youngest, who works out there, and she's awesome. She's Boot Flap. That's literally her name, and that's literally what she answers to and what she calls herself all weekend long. And the story is that she was walking or running, and she tripped and rolled and sat up, and she says, "Oh
no,
my thing was untied. I tripped on my boot flap." And everybody busted up laughing because she was young. She was like 10 years old, and that just kind of stuck. So now, okay. But Frenchie was calling me Hornswoggle. It's like, well, you've always called me that. Why is this new? I didn't change. I'm just... The reason is that I finagled... Okay, this is what it was like from 99 to 2015. My day out at the Renaissance Festival. I know I've said this before, but you've never heard this. The alarm goes off at 6. We wake up. We're either, depending on the year, in the shop, upstairs, in the dressing rooms, in the main area, or later, we all chipped in it. Well, we got an RV later. It was bliss. So, alarm goes off at 6. Beth and Christine get up, go to the Porta-Johns. They get all their shit together. They drive from the costume rental shop to the shower house. I get up, get high as a kite, start coffee. I drop the drawbridges and I pull out I unplug and wrap up the cords. My dad made special cords for all the chargers to get equal charging so that David didn't have to go out and buy expensive cords. And it was cheaper just to build them from Home Depot. So I get those. I drive all of the scooters and back them out. Meanwhile, the coffee is brewing. I usually take the blower and leaf blower and do the place. So from 6:30 till 9:30, I'm making a peasant's wage worker. I'm only making like $8.50 an hour, 9. Yeah. But from 9:45 till Christine said stop or 1 o'clock, I'm making. David capped me at $13.50 like 8 years before. I can't pay you anymore. I just can't afford it. Arizona doesn't make it. People don't dress up as much. No, dude. Unless it's a cowboy thing, you're not going to get that many people. I'm amazed we get 100 a day. That's shocking. Yeah. For how stuffy Arizona is. Stuffy I'm not going to put on a costume. Well, yeah, it's 90 degrees out. I get that. Meanwhile, hello, Dodgy Good Den, mind the saguaro. So then
don't mind the armpit stain.
Well, I hawk from I'm out there yelling from 9:30 I can yell for 15 minutes, but I'm keeping my eye on the front gate because at one point the flag is going to be held and all of a sudden the royal procession is going to arrive at Fairhaven and it's a whole thing. So I can make as much noise as I want until trumpets go off. And then I'm quiet. I support the scene and I yell, yeah, but then as soon as the cannon goes off at 10, I am on the clock for the next 2 to 3 hours as a hawker. So my job is to get as many people as I possibly can from 10 a.m. till either 1 o'clock or there's just nobody or Christine will send somebody out or come herself. Stop! We have no more boxes to put people's clothes in. Because there's only so many cubby holes behind. Because you go in, you take your clothes off, you put our clothes on, you have your street clothes, your shirt and your shorts, and you put those in a bag and the bag goes in a box and then you come back at the end of the day and then somebody, usually there's a big discussion or an argument because you get paid to do the laundry, but you have to immediately leave and go do the laundry. And then you have to have it back by 8 a.m. We have to have the laundry back by 8 a.m. So from that point on, I'm back to a worker rate, and there is a point where I kind of have a 3-hour lunch. Well, I can't be a customer at a Renaissance Festival, any of them, I found out going to Scarborough, because I've been a performer for far too long. I don't know what to do with myself, even at my own fair. I don't know what to do, because I'm supposed to be working. I don't like going to conventions as a customer. Yeah. I don't know what to do. I'm supposed to be working. So then I got Paul was already working at the Renaissance Festival selling the foam LARPing weapons. So he and I kind of finagled for me to work from 3 till about 5:30 at the shop. And he had that flanged mace that he bought
Yeah.
from them, and he would, as hard, not as hard as he could, obviously, because he would hurt me, but I would have bruises, and he would hit me in the chest with that, because I found out they had me out there, I was filling in and I was hurting myself. It's like, oh, I got this green bruise. I'm older now. I can't take the physical abuse I used to be able to. So, yeah, whoops. That hurts. Ow, 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 ow.
Oh, yeah.
And then I would go back to the shop. So now everybody's coming back all at once. They're returning the wagons, the wheelchairs, the electric scooters, and all the costumes all at once. So now I'm back. No more hawking. What was your favorite show? Who did you like to bet? What did you buy today? Blah, 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 blah. Get the fuck out. So that became the whole thing. And that's what I did till 2015 was my last year. And then the fall of 2015, I built a local haunted house that's still up to this day. I didn't make the mazes. The walls were up, but all of the rooms that were designed, there was not enough money or time to do that. So they brought me in because I had a whole bunch of... Back then, I had a whole bunch of actors that believed in me before, and it's still doing great. He's still, rocking and rolling every year.
Great.
But it ended up not going well, and the marriage ended and the career ended. So I kind of was done with Ren Fair and Haunted House for a long time. And then I went to Frenchie's oldest daughter's, Sam's, wedding in Vegas, and they talked about, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm not doing any. I'm trying to build a YouTube channel, trying to build this. I'm restoring cars. I'm learning blacksmithing. I'm learning ceramics. We're playing D&D because Tatton and Frenchie are old school D&D players down in Tucson, 2 hours from here. And they just originally reunited the original, like, late teens, early 20s gaming group so they're having a blast. So I keep, hey, let's do a 2-group thing. So, maybe. So, have you ever played with the dice that are shaped like crystals? And the company's called Crystal Cast. That's Tatton.
Not their dice.
That's Tatton and Frenchie.
Yeah.
That's Tatton and Frenchie.
Okay.
Tatton came up with that idea, and fucking Germany went nuts for these dice. Absolutely off the scale. They love them. So...
Send me a link. I'm a dice hoarder. I'm a dice dragon. I keep dice.
You would probably do what every dice hoarder does with... You have dice? Oh, because the dice are hand-carved semi-precious stones.
Expensive, but Dice Goblin wants.
The clear cubic zirconia set is $120 for the entire set. Yes, 2 10s, only 1 6. But when we make people take them out into the sunlight, and we force them to make a big deal about it.
Yeah.
It's literally a selling point. That's the most expensive set. On the upside, and you're going to love hearing this, because they didn't know that they were purchased at a convention. They found out by watching the show.
Oh.
The dice, the big dice used on season 4, episode 1 of Stranger Things, were purchased from Tatton and Frenchie. It's the big obsidian with the red numbers. Yeah. Frenchie's like, hey, that's one of my... Look how lopsided it is on that side. That guy messed it up. And then somehow it becomes the tiger's eye when it lands. But that is...
Yeah.
And I'm like, why didn't you tell me this the first weekend? I would have been fucking plugging that out on the street. He's like, well, it's just one of the things. They know Larry Elmore. They know... and it's no big deal because they do it at Gen Con every year. They do the shows every year. They're deep into the dice community. We're way past 8, and Rob is fading, and I'm fading. And thank you very much. Sorry, I can talk forever. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. I'm glad you...
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Did you guys meet before, or is this the first time?
This is the first time me and Rob
Yeah.
meeting.
Yeah.
And Chris.
And Chris.
Chris put out
Who's not here now.
Chris put out an ad in like a New Times that my ex-wife found, and he was looking for people that wanted to do comics, and that was about 2005 or 4, and I came down to the coffee house, and I desperately want to be a writer, but I'm absolutely no good at it, and like, you know, I'm an idea man, and there's nothing wrong with that. Brody's right. But
Yeah.
so, and that's, I come up with some really good ideas. So that's kind of like how he and I met, and we've stayed friends ever since. And I have been on him to make a podcast and a show because, dude, you know comics, and more importantly, you know over 2,000 people in the comic book communities, independent artists, independent writers, and all the people with because he wanders around the conventions and he talks to everybody. So it's like you need to have a comic book discussion podcast. And he started a couple episodes, and hopefully it'll take off because, dude, this is where he's making a card game. So it's
Oh, card games are just so hard to get into because they're a dime a dozen right now. So like everything that's come out anime related has a card game for it.
I would believe
trading
you
cards
on a video game sense, but this is what I know about people that play card games. They play anything. They're whores when it comes to games with cards in them. It doesn't matter if it's Pinochle or Pokemon or Magic the Gathering, or if cards are involved, it's like they're a reenactment of a gambler from the Old West, and they need to win this game. That was that video of that one guy losing his shit and destroying a card table because he got beat at Dude, he probably pulled a gun on somebody and lost in 1875 in some, subterranean pub saloon.
My first set of cards were Pokemon, and then that led to Yu-Gi-Oh! And that led to Magic the Gathering, and then I haven't touched another card since.
See how addictions happen,
I
folks?
Just won't. It's so
they got
quickly.
More expensive. But thank you for joining us. We're going to have to. I'm trying to get them to come to
back.
Thursday nights and do, because we have the once a
come
month
to Thursday
game.
nights.
It's 3 hours, just like this. But
I have a hard time on Thursdays.
Well,
I have Scottish Rite.
Oh, that's right. You got Masons tomorrow. It's good. Oh, I forgot all of it. I'm sorry. We'll have to do another one. Well, he's talking about a Friday night game, so who knows? But
I'm looking at setting up a one-shot for Call of Cthulhu at some point.
A one-shot? We love one-shots.
Yeah, especially for Jingo. Oh my God, he runs so many goddamn games.
Yeah,
he needs to play more.
I've been
no offense, Jingo.
Yeah, campaign, but there's nothing wrong with one-shots. One-shots are great.
Yeah.
Do you have any plugs before we start the plugs, before we end it? Because we're going to turn it.
Yeah, good.
Do you have any friends with businesses? You have your own business.
Let's see. Go check out. Let me grab my list here. Go check out the good friends of Jackson Elias. They do wonderful things. Check out the podcast RPG Reanimators. You can find them wherever podcasts are. They do a lot of Call of Cthulhu. Delta Green. Called Divinity. And if you like that kind of stuff, definitely go check out Into the Darkness on YouTube. They fantastic group of people that run games every Thursday for YouTube. And again, Call of Cthulhu stuff. If you want to know what Call of Cthulhu is and you want to get your head into what's going on, watching one of those games is going to help you so much. Seth Skorshkowski, any and all of his books are fantastic. I gobbled them up in 2 days. I became a devourer.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And
you take it like
he also gives great advice for tabletop RPGs.
Nice.
His stick, of course, is Call of Cthulhu, which is how I found him. But he also does. I'm forgetting that space game. Traveler.
Really? I want to play
So
Traveler.
he does a whole bunch of Traveler
Okay.
and other kind of reviews and stuff. So definitely check him out on YouTube. Um, you can find all of his books on Audible. They're fantastic.
Right on.
I can't recommend them enough. His Vatican series is Chef Kiss. I need more. I need him to release 2 more books so I can stop fiending for a while.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Please,
and
South.
I'm sure that they're going to thank you as well. Rob, go.
Well, the Eric Marsh Foundation, of course. We lost 3 more wildland firefighters very recently. And the Eric Marsh Foundation is out there helping out helping out the families of fallen wildland firefighters and those who have been catastrophically injured. They also work with the Tunnels to Towers program, which is out there doing that same good work, as well as your local food banks. If you're in the Phoenix area, if you're in Arizona, central and northern Arizona, St. Mary's Food Bank, one of the oldest food banks in the country, one of the very first ones, and they can use your help. If you can give them a few dollars, if you can't do that, they can always use your help. Always use your time. And that's a great way to go out there and help those in your community.
Rob volunteers. You were there today?
I haven't been down there because of the arthritis, but the brother that I turned it over to has really run with it. They're actually volunteering at 3 different food banks now each month, and he's taken it to the next level. He's really run with it. It's been a wonderful thing to see.
Mary is there. She volunteers once or twice a week. It's always for me. Body and Soul candles. Contact Lauren. They're amazing. And never too early to get the order in before the holiday season. She makes them right there in her house. They're fantastic. She's pretty much our main sponsor.
Do you like them candles?
Yeah. Oh, she does a wonderful job. I met her I've known her since 2015. I think she's still at Medicare. I don't know. But yeah. Other than that, thank you once again for episode 81. Yes, we made it for the Supreme Council of the Master Geeks Lodge. Still makes me laugh on the inside every time I say that. Gentlemen.
Good night, gentlemen.
It's been a pleasure.
Good night. Have a wonderful evening.
Yeah. You too. Have a good night.
Absolutely. Have a good night. See you Thursday, and thank you very much for joining us. Sorry that was a rocky start, but that's what ended up happening.
It is what it is.
Have a wonderful night. I'm going to stop streaming.